Let's get together, make we get things done. Man from south, west, east and north. Cause I would never wanna see you get caught when God Almighty shall be pouring his wrath. So me say, we're all in this thing together. Can we all just live and walk? We're all like birds of one feather. It's time to live and walk. So me ask God, give me the strength and give me the energy. And make me talk to me family. And each and every wicked man on the follow me. Judgment is not pretty, iniquity. Unity is strength and the strength is the power. And if you get the power, then you unite together. We don't believe the man that kill the power and show up. This one I say I'm a black brother, all of the follow. We're all in this thing together. Can't we all just live as one? Whoa. We're all like birds of one feather. Yes, it's time we live as one. So we sing say hands and heart and harmony. Loving one another, what a sight to stay. Peace and love and unity. And that me want my community. So me sing say, give me the strength and give me the energy. I make me talk to me family. And each and every wicked man on the follow me. Judgment is not pretty, iniquity. We're all in this thing together. Yes, it's time we live as one. We're all like birds of one feather. Yes, it's time we live as one. Coming out to see the kissing on the farm, running all together without guns at the farm. And it would be nice to see the enemies that come to preaching peace without the law in their heart. Long time me tell them, but them never want listen. Unite yourself because you must win the battle. As far as I can see, you get them deep by the devil. Feel like you're safe when this world don't level. So me say, we're all in this thing together. Why can't we live as one? Oh yes, we all understand. Fresh. Yes, I have wasted my time. Trying to deal with mankind. And that's a very hard thing to do. But it tickles in the back of my mind. Scratch. Will. Just to leave this world behind. And then I wanna fly like a bird. I guess I'm not the only one. Not the only one to see. Yeah. Mankind living in tranquility. You and I see why. Sure. And if only we agree. Jump up together. We can live in unity. Like sisters and brothers.
Location 3 kilometers west of Cobb, California. Class micro, magnitude 1.1, 1 minute ago. Location 4 kilometers west of Cobb, California. Class minor, magnitude 2.0, 2 minutes ago.
It's time to live as one. So me say hands and heart and harmony. Loving one another, what a sight to say. Peace and love and unity. And that me want in my community. Oh yes, it would be nice to see the kids in the park, running up together without gunshot talk. And it would be nice to see the enemies attack, preaching peace without no lie in them heart. Let's get together, make we get things done. Man from south, west, east and north. Cause I would never wanna see you get caught when God Almighty shall be pouring his wrath. So me say, we're all in this thing together. Can't we all just live as one? We're all like birds of one feather. It's time to live as one. So me ask God, give me the strength and give me the energy. And make me talk to me family. And each and every wicked man on the follow me. Judgment is not pretty, iniquity. Unity is strength and the strength is the power. And if you get the power, then you unite together. We don't believe the man that kill the power and show up. This one I say I'm a black brother, all of the follow. We're all in this thing together. Can't we all just live as one? Whoa. We're all like birds of one feather. Yes, it's time we live as one. So me sing say hands and heart and harmony. Loving one another, what a sight to say. Peace and love and unity. And that me want in my community. So me sing say, Give me the strength and give me the energy, the energy. I make me talk to me family, me family. And each and every wicked man, all the people follow me. Judgment in our iniquity. We're all in.
How will that be my sin? I ask them see. I know they still have some evil purpose in mind. What do you mean? Oh yes, I'm not sure if I will live to see tomorrow. Living in this world of conflicts and sorrows. Bodies like gold as gunmen strike bold, and the wicked people work is taking off like an arrow. I wonder if I will see tomorrow. Living in this world of conflicts and sorrow. Bodies like gold as gunmen strike bold, and wicked people work is taking off. I'm not afraid to die, but afraid to live until death. It's not hard for you to guess what will happen next. Heartaches and pain, works of ungodliness. Some know where them a live, that's why them have to hurt the flesh. But who are they? Tell me, want to represent? I struggle with fear as I experience. How them do them dirty works, to which I resent. And no one but them have to face the consequence. They build walls instead of bridges, it's ridicule. Then war with tombs they live like a fool. But if I try the wrong road, away I want to pull, because the vessel of the iniquity never yet full. I wonder if I will see tomorrow. Living in this world of conflicts and sorrows. Bodies like gold and gunmen strike gold, and wicked people work is taking off like an arrow. I wonder if I will see tomorrow. Living in this world of conflicts and sorrows. Bodies like gold as gunmen strike gold, and wicked people work is taking off. Oh yes, that burning concern is no longer there. They're filled with the medicine with Babylon prepare. Instruments of cruelty present everywhere, strong enough to temple life, but not enough to care. As the road gets dark, I expect anything. I know not my enemies, so we leave no wondering. Maybe life was lost, who is the next victim? It could be you, it could be I, to how them set the system. Them kill without the path, what is the meaning? So no one knows what tomorrow may bring. I'm not sure if I will live to see tomorrow. Living in this world of conflicts and sorrows. Bodies like gold as gunmen strike gold, and the wicked people work is taking off like an arrow. I wonder if I will see tomorrow. Living in this world of conflicts and sorrows. Bodies like gold as gunmen strike gold, and the wicked people work is taking off. Hold on, they are filled with corruption and selfishness, overload with bitterness and wrath. So I have to seek to keep myself away from the wicked on the road they walk. Oh yes, them sow seeds of conflict. They want to see me trick, but that not go first on my heart, because I dwell at your side and do what is right. Don't want it to be said that I never pay my part. I derive with enemies, and I am my brother's keeper. What have I done? Them no want to see me prosper. Push on this load and then make it baby. And that is how this sorrow the wicked have to offer. I wonder if I will see tomorrow. Living in this world of sure. I wonder if I will see tomorrow. Living in this world of conflicts and sorrows. Bodies like gold as gunmen strike bold, and the wicked people work is taking off like an arrow. I wonder if I will see tomorrow. Living in this world of conflicts and sorrows. Bodies like gold as gunmen strike bold, and the wicked people work is taking off. I'm not afraid to die, but afraid to live until then. It's not hard for you to guess what will happen next. Heartaches and pain, works of ungodliness. Some don't know why them a live, that's why them have to hurt the flesh. But who are they? Tell me, what I represent, I struggle with fear as I experience. So them do them dirty work, to which I resent. And no one but them, I'm gonna face the consequence. Them build walls instead of bridges, it's ridicule. Then war in tombs they live like a fool, but never trying to wrong road. Away I want to pull, because the vessel of the iniquity never yet. I'm not sure if I live to see tomorrow. Living in this world of conflicts and sorrows. Bodies laid out as gunmen strike gold. How will that be my sin? I ask them see. I know they still have some evil purpose in mind. What do you mean? Oh yes, I'm not sure if I will live to see tomorrow. Living in this world of conflicts and sorrows. Bodies like gold as gunmen strike bold, and the wicked people work is taking off like an arrow. I wonder
any one of you saw my drawing, yeah, the drawing, I think it was from the 26th of August, somewhere around there. I did a specific drawing on Florida, how the earthquakes will be happening for Florida, where Dorian would be going. I show you all with a new system would have been formed. I wonder if I have it downloaded here, but I can't remember if I have it downloaded. But I just, giving you a reminder. I think I have it. It should be downloaded already. It should be downloaded, but I can't really switch right now. But as you can see, Bahamas here, right? And you can see Havana, Cuba right there. What is going to happen the new system, right? They call it a tropical depression, which will turn into a hurricane. It will be in the next 7 days. It will turn into a hurricane. And as I say, and as I always say, all right, always give you the warning in front. This is your opportunity to come into the ancient truth of Elohim, because without the ancient truth of Elohim, which is the true oil, you cannot enter into heaven. You cannot enter into heaven. You cannot be raptured without the ancient truth of Elohim.
Location,
The ancient truth of Elohim is the true word of the creators. Yeah. Without that truth, which is the true oil of salvation, not Christianity. Religion is not the oil of salvation. Religion is the oil of destruction, so to speak, right? Religion is the path to destruction, right? Because as you can see, Bahamas had some really devoted Christians, real devoted, they really love God, and bam, Elohim didn't care about them and their God, right? So not too far we seen Turks and Caicos Island. That is also another part of Bahamas, but more opposite Haiti, like, and we also seen the Cayman Islands. I did a drawing explaining about the tectonic plate, and let me just if we go back down to the islands, you will see Trinidad and Tobago there, and you will see those are all the earthquakes that are currently happen for Trinidad right now. And we just had a 3.8 just 15 minutes ago. We had a 3.8 in Maturin. As you can see there were 4 earthquakes there over the period of 4 days, which include today, make it 4 days in Maturin. There was earthquakes in Carupano. I did a drawing about that already. Hopefully in the future I will do another drawing, but no, I will not do another drawing, because I tell you all, I've done explain about Trinidad. What we're going to talk about is the 10.1. I love to refresh your mind. The 10.1 catastrophic magnitude earthquake will actually begin. It won't begin no time after 9. It won't begin no time after 10. For example, Trinidadians, you also know, for example, this is not to insult people or anything like that. This is just to bring awareness, right? If you tell a Trinidadian, right, you tell them to meet you, for meeting at 10. What time you think these Trinidadians will actually? What time you actually think that these Trinidadians will actually reach the meeting? 10:30. You tell them 10 o'clock, they reaching 10:30. You tell them 11 o'clock, they reaching 10:15. They tell them 11 o'clock, they're reaching 11:15, 1 o'clock, and saying that they wasn't getting no car, all this kind of thing. In other words, what I'm trying to explain to you is that when Yahuwah say a time is a time. If Yahuwah say 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock sharp. Yeah, Yahuwah ain't going against what he speak to me, right? Whatever Yahuwah speak to me, whatever I speak out of the heart of the Creator, right? Because I am their voice on the earth. I am their voice on the earth. I am the voice of the Creator on the earth. I am the voice of the voiceless on the earth. I am the voice in the wilderness, right? For years, I'm the voice in the wilderness that the world rejects, but in the end, I am the one that the world will have to come to. Yeah, they will have to come to, because there will be no way out of what will happen in a few days from now. There will be no way out. No religion can save you. No Jesus, no Kali, none of them in busting the sky, and none of them in coming to save you, because during your lives, I saw some part of your life, you sit down and you think, our parents teach us religion, teach us traditions. It was to uphold a curse, right? It wasn't to uphold righteousness or to remain rooted and grounded in Elohim commandments. Religion poisons the generation. All the generations are poisoned. And no, religion is not from your creators. Religion is from your gods, the fallen angels, the Anunnaki, the Enki, right? The Egyptian gods, right? I had to boil down to this. Yeah. It all boils down to slavery. Yeah, religion is a slavery mentality, right? So is at the end of the day, it's up to you to believe in what I'm saying, up to you to believe. Anyhow, let's move on. I want to do a little short drawing there, and then we're gonna call it quits. As you can see, earthquakes happen in Valencia. I'm just gonna explain real quick of how I told you that Venezuela will split in three, right? The first split will begin between Carapano and Maturin. Well, we know Carapano and Maturin will be a cubicle. Carapano and Maturin will be a cubicle. I'm saying it correct, right? Will be a cubicle split. I already explained it on my drawings from some weeks ago. And after that, we goes down to Guyana. You see, Guyana, all the oil and all these different things. Well, I'm going to talk about that today. But Guyana has been saturated. For those who don't know, there's a place called Suriname too that had floods and rains just 3 days ago. And whatever the name of the place, yes. And then we have the beautiful Amazon, and all on one land. Guyana is on one land with Amazon. They are on one tectonic plate. Yeah, they're all on one tectonic plate, by the way. You know, so now the Amazon, what's happening in the Amazon right now is the breaking of the earth, right? I saw a video. I'm not going to bring it up right now. I don't have the time to go and download that video. Not that I don't want to, but I don't have the time for that. I'm not wasting that particular time to go and download that video to upload it to show you all what's going on in Arizona. Arizona as well as Amazon, right? But what's going on in Amazon right now is the land that is splitting. Remember, if I told you all, well, Venezuela will be split in three, which includes Carapano and Maturin, right? Now, Carapano and Maturin, which includes Caracas and, Caracu. Because if you all remember that I told you all, Panama City EFA and the mega catastrophic tsunami is going to begin here. Right, and if you all note, and those who always keep a note, you all could also download any earthquake app. You can download any earthquake app, and you can always keep in track with the earthquakes, although the magnitudes will be incorrect and inaccurate. But say what, you're still getting to know about the activities that we are doing on the earth, right? So as you can see, we have Panama City and Costa Rica. We have Nicaragua, we have Honduras, we have Guatemala, and we have Chiapas. I don't know if I'm saying the word correct. And we have Tabasco, Tabasco. I think it's Tabasco, wherever in the place. And we have Yucatan. We have Belize too as well on the same land with Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua, right? Now the mega catastrophic tsunami will definitely begin. If you look definitely at this, how I bring the map here, then they will know how the earth is flat, and then they will understand how we're going to create the tsunami. Now, to create a tsunami for the Caribbean island is very easy, very sweet and nice. The tsunami is going to begin, as you can see, Florida land right there, and there's no way that we could create a tsunami from Florida here, unless if we build the tectonic plates. Before Yahuwah does anything at all, Yahuwah gives warning. Yahuwah doesn't destroy the city, any city, without a warning. They get warnings and warnings and warnings. And when they begin to get verbal warnings, I say warnings. When they begin to get verbal warnings, like I am giving you, then and only then, well, they may take me serious or they may not. But say what? Only then they will understand. You know, for example, if you're working in a company, right, people, you're working in a company, and let me say your punctuality wasn't on time, and you're late every single day you're late for work. Every day you're late for work. Every day, yeah? Every day you late for work, right? But one day your boss does get fed up, and your boss decided, here what's going on. They're going to give you a verbal letter, because they give you but you know, a verbal letter means a verbal warning, means word of mouth then, right? Verbal means a word of mouth. When they begin to give you you know, I can't really remember to explain it to you, but if you all have let me say a slightest idea, maybe you could put it in the comment section there, so maybe I could remember it. I can't really formulate what I want to explain to you all right now, because you know, in between the spirit and in between you know, I'm in the spirit right now and I'm in the natural, so I am just you know, taking the information from what Yahweh giving me now, and I'm telling you all it, right? So if you all have any idea what I'm trying to explain, it will be a beautiful, very beautiful, that people could actually put it down in the comment section there, so that people could learn, right? Yeah, Venezuela was split in 3. Also, America was split in 7 parts. I explained that on a drawing from 2017. If you go back on those drawings, which I may do a live about it, not today though, but I may do a well, I think I did an update on that drawing in 2017, so you could go and look at that if you could find it, because most of the things that I'm doing, it's being suppressed by the enemy. So you know, it's very hard for me to reach people right now, knowing in this dark hour that we're in right now. You all know about the 23 days of darkness, right? The 23 days of darkness is coming, and that's one of the things that Yahuwah said to warn you all about. The 23 days of darkness means complete darkness on the earth for 23 days, and after the 23 days of darkness, then the Armageddon war will begin. So you all have to understand how the Bible deceives humanity to believing that the Bible is really the main source. The Bible is not the main source. The Bible will never be the main source. Anything that is brought, anything that could be sold by men, it could be manipulated by the enemies. Let me say that one more time. All right, we had an earthquake. All right, 5.0 in Luzon, Philippines. All right, we'll be going over there in a second. Thank you, Abba. We're going to be going over to Luzon, Philippines. Everything I'm telling you all here will happen, whether you listen or you don't listen to me. I am the divine one, the only divine one that the world, everybody on the earth, wherever you are, needs to listen to only me. You listen to anybody else, they will deceive you, right? Puerto Rico region, and you will lose your salvation. Anyhow, so we have I'm still looking for my answer there. So we have Costa Rica, and bam, the tsunami will begin in Panama City. And in order to generate that water, because we need to generate 7,000 feet of water. 7,000 feet of water will be generated, and not only that, Panama will be broken off. Let me just go forward there. Panama will be broken off so that the water that is out here, which is the Central Pacific rise, which will be here is where we are working on right now to bring to gather the water. So the water is being gathered here right now. So what is being done is that the water is being pooled or gathered in a horizontal manner. All right, so all those earthquakes that is happening near the ocean or near the coast, those are the places where the water will be generated. Water will be generated to begin our mega catastrophic tsunamis there. So again, Panama City will be broken off. right here, this will newly be after when we break off Costa Rica here, and we break off from Monteria, right? When we break off from there, then the water from the Central East Pacific rise, I don't know if I've seen it rise, but the water from here outside in Ecuador will now be able to flow inland to gather out here, right? Note that you also understand how the tsunamis will be happening. The tsunami will be a roll event. It will be rolling across the islands because the earth is flat. Because the earth is a flat earth, it is possible that we will do the tsunami that way, because that is how the earth
go underneath and it start to.
All right, so we are back there. Yeah, nice try, internet provider, nice try. Trying to cut off my live, right? Because I've given very, very important information here that the elites continue to steal my prophecies and thing, you know, and listen to everything that I say, but the people don't. Imagine the evil ones listens to what I say. Off the bat, they does exactly what I say, but the people don't listen, and that is the baddest. That's the bad thing, The evil ones listening to my life, but the people not listening, and the evil ones preparing while the public is not preparing, right? Public is not preparing at all. Well, look at that. And we're not talking about El Salvador, we're not talking about yeah, I might bring up the earthquake up today. It too problematic this hour, alright? too problematic, by the way. So there was an earthquake happened 20 minutes ago offshore of El Salvador, right? I just explained to you all about the offshore, right? And the reason why the earthquakes are happening in the Gulf of Mexico, right? It's because the break off here will have to break off. Once here break off, it will sink. It wouldn't float away to nowhere else. So from here, go right back here, will break off in order to level here. So in order to get the water from outside here to come into here, they need to break off here, and that is what they're working on, right? So this piece of land will break off, and when that piece of land is break off, there will be another piece to break off here. So we're talking about
Mindanao, Philippines,
the beginning here under Asia, California here, Mexico will break off. It has to break off, right? Here will break off, and then here will break off. Oaxaca, Mexico will break off, and then we have all these different places like Belize and El Salvador. El Salvador was a place we just had an earthquake, right? So there was an earthquake in El Salvador. Let me see. Let me just go back. Anybody have any updates on the earthquakes in the earthquake that has happened in El Salvador? I'm just going back and look because I am flabbergasted right now. I don't know how to explain that they are, yes, offshore El Salvador, and offshore El Salvador, which is what we're looking at right now. There was an earthquake that just happened there. Anybody can send over the data? Anybody have let me see if I can send over the data for you. All right, I'll send over the data for you just now.
However, since then, we have received reports of damage to buildings at the Helsha Beach in St. Catherine, more than 100 kilometers away. Thursday's quake left cracks, piles of rubble, and holes in the ground when the shaking stopped. Sarita Earl operates one of the affected restaurants along the shore in Helsha. She was inside the restaurant when the quake occurred.
I was in the kitchen and I hear a rolling sound from out the sea. And when we look, we can feel the vibration on the ground. But it took, I think they did have one
Crashing against the structure outside, but after Thursday's damage to buildings at the area and no damage.
Really quick. As well, you all mind where will be broken off. Just put in the comment section too, so that other people who watching the live will know where will be broken off. Hope that credit will be given to Archangel Samuel due. Alright, so Oaxaca will be broken off. El Salvador will be broken off. And then we have a next break that happened by Costa Rica and close to Cubado, right? Cubado is right down there. I think it's Cubado. There were no earthquakes that happened Cubado, but there were earthquakes that happened right here in the East Pacific, right? All right, and then we have the Atlantic Ridge, the North Atlantic Ridge. We're going to talk about that in a second, right? We're going to talk about that in a second. But what we're going to do, we're going to run through all the islands, we're going to run through the world according to Google and the stupid map. We're going to run through the world really quick. As well, you all could download this live too, right? Florida will be broken off from this place here. Georgia here will be broken off. So this piece of island here has to be broken off. So the reason why Bahamas really had that mega tsunami that happened in the form of an atmospheric tsunami, and tornadoes mingled together with it, was in order to bring the tsunami from up here to roll across. Yeah, the tsunami, you know, if you all follow my drawings, I don't need to explain it over and over, right? The water from out here will go inland, right? The tsunami will begin Panama City, but not really exactly. Well, it began Panama City, as I tell you all, as Panama City is the marker for the tsunami to be released and go forward. And when the tsunami is being released, remember, all these other islands here wouldn't exist, right? It will sink. So that means that the people on those islands will die, right? The people on those islands will die. That's why I say that when Abba done destroying the earth or done with the tectonic plate movements, then when they do the saturation and they're ready to do greater earthquakes, when Abba ready to do greater earthquakes, I mean like 10.1 and thing, when Abba ready to do greater earthquakes and separate all these places, a lot of people, millions of people will die. You think what happened with Dorian and all the other storms that happened before wasn't a warning? It was a warning. It was a warning to prepare yourself for future events. Well, we reached to that. We really reached to that timing right now, right? Millions of people is going to die when Yahuwah begin to split, and when Yahuwah begin to do mega greater earthquakes, catastrophic 10.1, then you know all them things will happen. You know, I didn't really explain to you all in depth certain things because I don't want you all to get scared and don't listen to me anymore. Although I really don't care if you don't listen to me anyhow. I don't care really, because I know some of you will not care to listen to me, so it doesn't matter. But as I said already, up here right under Bajan, California will be broken off completely, and that's the revise from up there. Then you have Oaxaca will be broken off, right? And then we have El Salvador here will be broken off, right? There was an earthquake that just happened, El Salvador right here, broken off. And then we have a little way down to Costa Rica here will be broken off with Boligojo. Well, you know, not Cali, not Cali. This is Cali, not California, but Cali. Not down there, but right down here, right? Right down here will break off, right? Right down here will be broken off.
Location 15
right?
kilometers southeast of Palma,
right?
Venezuela.
So, in order to understand how the tsunamis will be happening, you have to watch my lives. If you watch my lives, you will know how these mega catastrophic tsunamis will be happening. And if you also take notes of everything that I tell you, then you will understand too as well. I just say thank you for everybody, whoever you are, for listening to this live, and I hope this live really reached to you or really reached out to you in some way. But this is the reality of what's going to happen in a few days from now, right? or should I say in a few hours from now, because I've them reach right now the 9th phase, and they're partially complete the 9th phase right now. So the 9th phase is partially completed. From when I told you all there would have been a shift with Dorian, right? Dorian was the beginning of the 9th shift. Now we leaving the 9th shift and we're going into the 10th shift. Now we're only going up to 12 shifts, only 12 catastrophic shifts. And then after the 12 catastrophic shift, I don't need to tell you all what will be happening next, right? But follow my prophecies. No, I'm on YouTube, not on Instagram and all them other places. You will not find me there. All right. What the heck is this black box here? Anyhow, that's not my concern. So as you all could see too as well, there were earthquakes. That happened Oregon, right out here, Oregon. That's because a mega catastrophic tsunami have to rise out here. If you follow the teachings, then you will know where these tsunamis will be happening, right? So it will be very easy for you to differentiate what will be happening, right? So as you can see too here as well, this is British Columbia, and another mega tsunami, catastrophic tsunami will be happening out here. And also how the map wall out like that, maybe how I actually put it down, but you get an idea, right? So these little box thing, how it form, let us be an idea to you how Yahuwah is building the tectonic plates. Tectonic plates are being built up, right? In order to create those tsunamis, you have to get the height, right? And you have to begin the height from under the water. So from the surface of under the water will be the building of the tectonic plates, and it will register as an earthquake, but it's not really an earthquake, right? All the earthquakes that are happening off coast of Mexico, off coast of Trinidad, off coast of Bahamas, of course, of wherever, all these earthquakes are happening to facilitate the mega catastrophic tsunamis, right? Okay, then right now, so we have an understanding the tsunami. I already have a specific drawing for that. Go and have a look. I think that you all should have a look on that, right? Now, I'm not sure how it's showing up like this, right? But you all truly need to understand what's really coming. So we have Akas and all these other places. So what I'm going to do is just do a little rotation there. I will just do a little rotation,
The quake occurred
and show you the split from California, run straight across to Oklahoma City.
But it took, I think there was, did he have one before that break the building in two?
She added that the damage to the building was not only from the shaking, but that the closeness of the ocean to the restaurant acted as a catalyst for some of the damage, especially on the floor.
The earthquake bust the building in two, and then the breeze and the heavy waves of the water go underneath.
Rocked by a 4.2 magnitude earthquake that was felt mostly in St. Anne and St. Catherine. We are now learning that the earthquake damaged structures along the Hellshire shoreline in Portmore, St. Catherine. Now, the epicenter of the earthquake was on the border of St. Catherine and St. Anne near Guy's Hill. There were no reports of interest, but some businesses on the popular beach were more reports.
The earthquake unit in a preliminary report said the quake was felt in several parishes and no damage was reported at that time. However, since then, we have received reports of damage to buildings at the Hellshire Beach in St. Catherine, more than 100 kilometers away. Thursday's quake left cracks, piles of rubble, and holes in the ground when the shaking stopped. Sarita Earl operates one of the affected restaurants along the shore in Hellshire. She was inside the restaurant when the quake occurred.
I was in the kitchen and I hear a rolling sound from out the sea. And when we look, we can feel the vibration on the ground. But it took, I think did he have one before that break the building in two?
She added that the damage to the building was not only from the shaking, but that the closeness of the ocean to the restaurant acted as a catalyst for some of the damage, especially on the floor.
The earthquake bust the building in two, and then the breeze and the heavy waves of the water go underneath and it start to break other parts of the building.
The area at the back of the restaurant used to be a bar with shelves stacked with liquor and waves crashing against the structure outside. But after Thursday's natural disaster,
yes, all the shelf was upon liquor and juice and stuff. And when the earthquake occur, all the shelves tear down and all the liquors fall to the ground and break.
On Thursday, sections of the island were rocked.
All right, so yeah, what I'm going to show you all really quick here is the split. All right, the split that ABBA has already started. As you can see from a different point of view, you see Washington, Seattle, all of them places there, right? Now we know that the tsunami will begin not on no San Andreas fault, as the San Andreas fault has been switched. Nothing. It is how USGS say it is. How USGS claim that the fault lines is how they draw fault lines like a madhouse. That is definitely not the way how the fault lines are truly set up, right? Also, anytime they start to get influential and they start to influence people, they will move in and they will try to take credit for what you teach them. So as you can see, this is the ocean that we are viewing here right now. This is the ocean on Oregon, and not too far from here there was an earthquake that happened out here, lined up out here. There were a lot of earthquakes happening offshore, right? These earthquakes that happen offshore or offshore the coast of Oregon signifies where the tsunamis will be happening. Already teach that already some weeks ago, so you all could go back and look at that as well. And the tsunami will happen. Well, I teach everything, so I will try to give you all everything in a nutshell before we reach 3 to 4 hours. I won't go that long, so as long as people listening to the live, I will go a little longer. So we have Washington, we have Oregon, right? We hear a lot of things happening. Washington DC, we hear earthquake happen. Vancouver Island, all those places is where earthquakes are happening. And not too far from here is we call this place, boy. Not too far from here is not too far from here will be, can't remember the name of the place right now, but not too far from here is obviously, I won't tell you all every single thing, Alaska, right? I had to do a teaching for how this tsunami will be happening for Alaska. As you all know, the people of Alaska have no idea how certain things are happening. USGS have no idea at all how all these earthquakes are happening. They don't have a clue why these earthquakes are happening anyhow, happening frequently. By telling other people that is just normal. No, it's not normal. It's not normal that earthquakes are happening frequently every single 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes there's an earthquake. All right. So let me just scroll down here. Wow, as you can see, I don't know. Hey, what going on here, boy? The land's looking break up. Hopefully, Google Earth will be able to build back itself properly. Drake Passage, and Drake Passage, right? Drake Passage is a very, very important place, and I will be talking about Drake Passage in a few weeks from now. Or in a few days from now, I'll teach about Drake Passage. But all those places, what going on with this, boy? Hey, I know what's going on with this map. I have to do reboot I had to do a reboot system again, so that is what I will be working on. I have to reboot the map again. Okay, I had to reboot the map again because I want to show you all something, but you know, it does be hard sometimes.
By a 4.2 magnitude earthquake that was felt mostly in St. Anne and St. Catherine. We are now learning that the earthquake damaged structures along the Hellshire shoreline in Portmore, St. Catherine. Now, the epicenter of the earthquake was on the border of St. Catherine and St. Anne near Guy's Hill. There were no reports of injuries, but some businesses on the
you know. Yeah. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I had to pull up a next map, so I'm working with this now, working with a different map. The other map is crazy, yeah. Sometimes I stay 8 hours, you know, that depends, right? Alright, so I'm just going to go up the islands there. I already taught you all how the tsunami will be happening. So I'm going up, I'm going up, using this opportunity to actually go up some more. Let me see if I could just go up some more because I want to, you know, show you all. Where this place is, boy. Hopefully I am going up the right way. Oh, what's going the wrong way? Oh. Alright, let me just stay course on Florida here. This is Florida here that you're seeing, right? This is Florida. Yeah. Yeah, it takes a lot of patience to teach this, yeah? A lot. I will say, if I didn't have love, I don't have time to sit down and teach this. I'd be in my bed. Understand? But for the sake of the souls that will be lost, that we don't want to be lost, I have to do this. If they reject this, then they reject their salvation, and then there's nothing else that we could do to help them, nothing else that we could do to save them, you know. I think we reached California already, not sure, just waiting for the map to build here. Hey, what's up to you, brother Eliyahu and your mom? Shalom. Hey, what's up to you, Darrell boy? Hi, Vicky. Hi, Chintaya. Hi, Chintaya. Hi. Alright, so I think this is Mexico here. I have a little work again to go. Alright. Yeah, we're just going. Okay? I told you all that Mexico will be broken off already, so I don't need to explain that, why there are so much earthquakes happening there. It's to break off that piece of island. This is Baja, California here. That's a little small piece that has been saturated, right? Baja, California has been saturated, right? Completion for there maybe almost 90% or so. This thing moving real slow, boy. I was to reach California already, you know. Boy, he moving real slow. Google Earth now. Yeah, I think I reached California here. Because supposed to have Hawaii. Hawaii supposed to be somewhere here. I think I passed California already. Okay, this is Alaska. This Alaska, and you also know the ice in Alaska has melted. And there's a reason why Alaska have ice. I wouldn't go into that today. Hawaii is not really far from America, eh? And Hawaii is a small island. You see like how the tsunami will be triggered. You see like how the tsunami will be triggered from Christmas Island in Indonesia. You see how the tsunami will be triggered in Oregon or off the coast of California, Southern California, Red Crest, and all those places are doing the split, right? I just waiting for it to build up there. Let me see if I can just do a switch. I'm just waiting for the map to populate right now, but it's taking very long. I know some of you are maybe are more patient than I. Yeah, I know some of you maybe have a lot of patience. Well, you know, I already did specific. Wow, I can do that. So I don't know where this is, and it's loading. This is Oregon. Let me see if they will show anything. A little picture or something like that, and you might be able to see a picture coming up so that you know is California, because you can see Nevada, Idaho, and Oregon, right? You can see those places. So that's specifically this specifically mean that the tsunami will be happening off the coast of California, right? And then we have Red Crest. Let me see if it will come up. Then we have, let me just switch this option off for a while. Hopefully we'll switch off. I'm trying to switch it off, but sometimes it's very hard. Right, so I just take that off there so that you all could maybe see. If it's too bright, let me know now. If it's too bright, no problem, let me know. You know, after when I done this live, I will do, yeah. So we have San Francisco. We have earthquakes happening here. San Jose. This is California. This just the state is California. And down in the basin here, see down here, this is a basin. It's called a basin, right? Down in the basin here, there are cities like Fresno, you know, Sacramento, right? As I said already, this is a basin, right? All the people who live in down here could easily drown. If Yahuwah wants to drown California or drown anywhere in the world, all you have to do is just open atmospheric tsunami. So this is called a basin. This is the real basin here. The basin is between Sacramento and Fresno and Bakersfield. Note that Bakersfield is right here. It has people living there, by the way, right? As I said already, this is down in a hole, right? These people who living down in these holes could easily drown to death, could easily kill them, could easily destroy them, because this is a basin. You know what's a basin? A basin is something that you can fill up with water. You can either wash clothes in it, you can either wash wares in it, you can either use it to bathe out of. Or a basin has a flat surface, right? It has a circular, wrong sort of angle, Right, that is what we're seeing there. We're seeing a basin. That is called a basin, right? So Bakersfield, Fresno, Sacramento, not San Francisco and them, they outside of the basin, right? So places like San Francisco is not in the basin rather. San Jose is not in the basin, right? But the earthquakes to begin in California wasn't far from Fresno, right? Now Fresno here is in the center of the basin, right? It's easy to sink, it's easy to drown the people who living inside of here, because all we have to do is just do an atmospheric tsunami right here, right? So don't ask for it, because it can happen, right? So that's the reason why. So am I making sense, right? This is the umpteen reason why Yahuwah had California on a serious drought, right? You know, remember for years California wasn't having no rain, right? How would they get in their water? Is because they were pumping seawater and purifying it. Let me say again, when California was going through their drought, as they're still going through a drought, by the way, right? When California, those down in the basin, not those outside of the basin, but those inside of the basin, in complete danger. So what Yahuwah did, it has some very important, special human beings down inside that basin, and he put them there for a reason, right? Every time he look at going to destroy the people in that basin, he will think twice, because there are special people down inside that basin that you don't want to be destroyed, right? They don't want to destroy. So what he will do is rapture or remove those inside that basin, then kill the ones who rebellion against him in that basin, right? So this is deep, folks. This is real deep. This is not this has nothing to do with religion or traditions or any rubbish that you learn from your ministers or your leaders, because they're all deceiving you, right? So it's easy for Yahuwah to drench here with water, to drown all the people living inside a bowl, right? So this is a bowl, right? This is inside the bowl, right? The first earthquake that began on July, this happened in June. The first earthquakes, the signs of the earthquakes that began in Bakersfield ever happened. The first set of earthquakes that happened in California began in Bakersfield. Why? It is to remind those who living in the basin, hey, I can destroy you anytime, right? Don't think that you're higher than me at all, because you could be destroyed, you could be drowned alive, right? It could be very easy to drown these people here. All right, so what I plan to do is, let me just see if I could just let me see if I could just deal with the filters. And let me see if I can add a little something special into this. Let me see if I could just cut on the gamma or something, so that you all can see what I'm talking about. Some of you might not see, because I have it bright. I want you all to see the actual bowl, right? Right, so now we have it. I think we have it how we want it. I will just right, so it is an actual bowl. That's how it is, right? So as you can see, this is a bowl, right? And you have people living inside of here. There are people living inside this bowl, right? So we're talking about Sacramento. Sacramento is the beginning the beginning of the bowl, and then you have the top of the bowl. So sorry, the beginning of the bowl is Beaconsfield, right? Beaconsfield is the beginning, and Beaconsfield is in the tip of the bowl, inside the bowl but in tip in the bowl, right? And then you have Sacramento, which is in the bottom of the bowl. So Sacramento is in the bottom of the bowl, right? And all around here is rocks and mountains that could fall on you, right? Yahuwah could use so much things to kill people there, so much things, right? All these things that we see in here is rocks, or is mountain made out of rocks. These people decided to live down inside of this bowl. At any moment, if Yahuwah bring rain, plenty saturation, these mountains could begin to cave in on these people living inside this bowl, right? So we have human beings living inside of here, very special people, right? Don't take your blessing for granted at all, because at any time you could die, right? So this is actually California here, right? California is just inside the bowl. Look at that. California is inside the bowl, right? So we have people living inside the bowl, and we call it California, right? Easy to destroy it, very easy to destroy it, right? Next we're going to talk about all right, okay. Rich Crest boy. So we have Arizona, right? So the earthquake that happened in Beaconsfield in June, what it did was it began a split from here straight across to Arizona, right? You all saw a lot of people talking about split in Arizona, right? The split began in the earthquake that happened in Beaconsfield. It stretched from Beaconsfield straight across to Arizona, right? The split that happened in the central from Fresno, that didn't happen yet, right? Fresno untouched, but little earthquakes happening here and there close to Fresno, but not the important parts inside of the bowl, or the people who living inside the important parts. They are very important, right? The ones who hate them will be the ones to die when we cave down all these walls around them, all these mountains that you see in here. Wow, look at that, 3.0 Central California. Please, when you all get an earthquake update, right, while I'm teaching here, it will be very important. When you all get an earthquake update, please, right, whatever magnitude, post it in the comment section, please. I can't leave what I'm teaching to post it. I want people to see that what I'm saying is the truth. Brother OB, accounting in here, Brother OB, please report to us here the magnitudes of earthquakes that you're receiving on your app, because I know most of you have earthquake apps, and it takes nothing, guys. It takes nothing to copy paste the earthquake and put it in the comment section so that other people outside could see while I am talking earthquakes is happening, so that they will know, right? I know what I am talking about. This will reassure people that they are not being deceived, right? Yeah, if you want to say it's a stadium bowl too, you know. But this is Beaconsfield where the earthquake began, right? And then you have Death Valley Park, right? So I could just put back up the lighting there, but it's kind of looking too dim for me. Right. So the earthquake in California began in Beaconsfield, right? So Beaconsfield is where the earthquake began. Let me see if I can wrap up this and teach about the whole rule quick. All right. So from Beaconsfield, you have a split running straight across. So what I did is this part here will break off, right? I will have to do an online drawing. I don't know when, right? so that you all could see. But while I'm talking here, take notes. When the earthquake in California began, it began in Bakersfield. It didn't begin nowhere else, right? It began in the tip, in the the other state, boy. This will be the what? The central, right? Central California is where? Where is Central California? I don't know. Then you have Los Angeles, and then you have San Diego, and then from San Diego, then we come down to Bayesian, California, right? Hopefully, we reach Bayesian, California already,
Alaska,
right?
plus minor,
So
magnitude 3.
we're going up. Oh, sorry about that. So the split happened from Beaconsfield, go straight across. Right here, around Death Valley, supposed to have Red Crest. And the reason why mega earthquakes are happening in Red Crest, or minor earthquakes is happening in Red Crest, it is putting in alignment the rip that will happen by Beaconsfield. You realize there hasn't been no earthquakes happening in Bakersfield, right? Not yet. We will begin earthquakes again in Bakersfield soon, right? Very soon we will begin earthquakes in Bakersfield again soon. When that does happen, then when we begin earthquake, then we will completely split to go Arizona, right? But all the other places, Sacramento, San Francisco, all those places are places of interest where earthquakes will be happening and happening right now. In the central Death Valley National Park, this is where the central Death Valley Park is connected. This will bring flattening to North Parliament 2 Point and also Freeport, Bahamas. My advice to the people of Bahamas to get the hell out. Get off the island of Bahamas. No, while you could get off the island of Bahamas. Bahamas was a little place where people could have go and do a little vacation, them kind of thing. Bahamas is not a place for people to live, folks. Yeah, Bahamas is not a place for people to live. Right? Bahamas is a little piece of island that was broken off from Cuba. Right? Bahamas broken off from Cuba. As you can see the little pieces here, according to the Google Earth here. According to Google Earth here, Bahamas broken off from Cuba, right? So Bahamas was just a place that people could have just go on holiday in. You could have go on, spend some time honeymoon, wherever. Bahamas is not a place to live, folks, right? But Bahamas was like a place, like a spa. You could have go there and just relax in the water. As you can see, the water is completely different, right? The water is completely different to how it looked before, right? And now Grand Bahama is completely wiped off the map. As you can see, it's not showing up there, right? And you're not seeing Abaco showing up either, because Abaco gone clear. Abaco gone through, Grand Bahama gone through, and Google took the decision, public, to wipe out Abaco from the map and wipe out Grand Bahama. So Grand Bahama and Abaco is no more in the eyes of the elites, right? The elites is the one who own all these islands here. The elites take owner position of it and use it as a resort and turn it into a place. I tell you, that was explained to you all earlier on. Bahamas was never a place for you to live. Bahamas is a place for a little vacation. You go Bahamas for a little vacation. You know what I mean? Bahamas is not a place for people to go and live. And look what they did. They end up having a prime minister. This little small place. The elites wickeder, the wicked. In order to keep the business going, in order to keep the drug business going, in order to keep the human trafficking business going, right? They had to create a government and give it to fools to run, right? Wow. Any earthquakes happen, put it in the comment section there. Has an earthquake happen, put it in the comment section, please. Alright. So, as usual, we're going to pause for our course because this is a long teaching. And, it's a long teaching. So, I don't, drink up on some water there.
More than 100 kilometers away. Thursday's quake left cracks, piles of rubble, and holes in the ground when the shaking stopped. Sarita Earl operates one of the affected restaurants along the shore in Helsha. She was inside the restaurant when the quake occurred.
I was in the kitchen and I hear a rolling sound from out the sea. And when we look, we can feel the vibration on the ground. But it took, I think they did have one before that break the building in two.
She added that the damage to the building was not only from the shaking, but that the closeness of the ocean to the restaurant acted as a catalyst for some of the damage, especially on the floor.
The earthquake bust the building in two, and then the breeze and the heavy waves of the water go underneath and it start to break other parts of the building.
The area at the back of the restaurant used to be a bar with shelves stacked with liquor, and waves crashing against the structure outside. After Thursday's natural disaster,
All the next minute you're gone away. And hold up your head, my brothers. Be conscious, my sisters. All the shelves tear down and all the liquor fall to the ground.
Looking up Thursday, sections of the island were rocked by a 4.2 magnitude earthquake that was felt mostly in St. Anne and St. Catherine. We are now learning that the
Alright, so let me just let you in public and a little secret. Right? Anytime an earthquake happens,
you don't have to go to church or be a Christian to call on your name. Hey. Shout out the name Jehovah in the valleys. Shout out the name Jehovah on the hills. Shout out the name Jehovah on the plains. Or even if it rains, call on the name. Call on your name the same. Call on the name. Yeah. So never try to diss the man with the anger. The one who's got the title. The one who sits high and he looks down low. And if you ever diss the man with the anger, the one who's got the tiger, then you will be someone that he don't know. Hey, listen up, I know time is enough. Time is short and life is precious. Hey, listen up, I know time is enough. Life is short but time is precious. You've got to have the heart of a lion to try to reach Mount Zion. You can never be afraid, just call on his name. Life is no game. Life is no game. Hey, Never try to diss the man with the anger, the one who's got the tiger, the one who sits high and he looks down low. And if you ever diss the man with the anger, the one who's got the tiger, then you'll be someone that he don't know. Hey, there are lots of signs in life, some that you may not like. You could be living this minute, the next minute you're gone away. Hold up your head, my brother, be conscious, my sister, and by your works you shall surely be paid. Never try to diss the man with the anger, the one who's got the tiger, the one who sits high and he looks down low. Yeah, and if you ever diss the man with the anger, the one who's got the tiger, then you'll be someone that he don't know. Yeah. Never try to diss the man with the
please put it in the comment section there. Thank you. Because I'm not able to do it right about now, because I'm gathering information from Abba and actually trying to focus on teaching you all the truth. So, Bahamas, the island of Bahamas is owned by who? The government of the US. Hello? Bahamas is owned by the government of United States, right? The people is completely brainwashed, blind and stupid, right? The island of Bahamas is owned by the US. The US own the Bahamas. But in order to keep the business up and running, they have to make it look like Bahamas is really a country. Bahamas is not a country. Bahamas is an exotic place where you could go and spa and relax and all these different things. Like Bahamas is a place where you could go for a little holiday. You go there for a holiday to have little couple hotels on that land. Bahamas is not a place for people to live, right? The people of them who go on Bahamas and live, they sign their soul, right? A lot of Bahamians people could say, right? A lot of people from Bahamas is not really Bahamians, right? Let me just put it in this perspective. The people in Bahamas is not really from Bahamas, right? The people from Bahamas, most of them who born in Bahamas don't know the true history of Bahamas. But I know the true history of Bahamas. I'm a young man. I'm very, very wise. And yes, the creators Elohim tells me every single thing, anything that I need to know, not what I want to know, anything that I need to know, that they know that I need to know, they will tell me. And I'm telling you all, the public, that the Bahamas was never a country. Never ever a country. In order to keep the deceptions up, and in order to keep the human trafficking going and the drugs passing from there to Cuba, let me just bust another secret. It doesn't matter because nobody will believe me. The elites will just laugh because they know I'm telling the truth, but the public will not believe in what I'm saying, which is the saddest part ever. But anyhow, let's go forward. In order to keep the human trafficking going, in order to keep the secrets, the secrecy of the Illuminati on that island called the Bahamas, they created as a people, right? But the truth is, people from Haiti, they were sent there to work. Listen to what I'm saying, right? They take people from Haiti. They take a little people from Florida, right? Because it wasn't called Florida before, right? I won't go into that. There's too much of explaining how it become Florida. I just dealing with the small islands, right? Bahamas was never a place to live. Okay, Bahamas was a place to go and spend, let me say, 2 nights or something like that. Bahamas is a business place, folks, right? Bahamas wasn't meant for thousands of people to live on that island. That is the reason why there was so much of people jumble up and buildings fall down on them and all them kind of thing, because people working witchcraft, doing obia, doing black magic, human trafficking for organs, all different things taking place in Bahamas. It was just their time to be destroyed, because the public is not aware. The people of the public, I'm gonna mean the people of the public, I ain't talking about the media. The media is aware of the deceptions that is happening on the earth, but they are not allowed to say, right? The media is not allowed to say the deceptions because they are being paid to keep you blind. Yeah, the media are being paid extra to keep you blinded, to keep you dumb down and stupid, to remain dumb slaves, right? But I'm allowed to say it, that Bahamas was never a place to live. Bahamas was a simple place where you could have gone, you're going for a little vacation, you go to relax, and because you see the waters that you see in there, the different color waters you see in there indicates the different temperature of water. Okay, let me just say it again. The color of the water in Bahamas, it's similar to cakes and tacos. I can't pronounce the name right now. It's similar to Cuba and it's similar to certain other places, right? That is because the color of the water indicates the different temperature in the water. It indicates that the water in the Bahamas have a total different texture, have a total different feeling, because it was really a spa, right? Those who don't know, Bahamas is under a super turmoil volcano. There is a volcano under Bahamas. I shouldn't even start teaching you all about that, because you all wouldn't understand what I'm talking about, right? But once the commanders and everybody else taking notes, then, all right, once the commanders continue to take notes, then we will understand that. There is a super turmoil. Oh, say boy, there's a hot water, right? There's a hot water, not lava. Yeah? There's a hot water spring, right? Spring volcano under Bahamas, under the island of Bahamas. That is the reason why you see those colors.
Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come, Babylon. I home is not in Babylon. Mount Zion is I home. And you say, any day from now, I didn't know. Calling on Rastaman, no more will I and I roam. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come, Babylon. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come, Babylon. From England straight to America, even down here in the valley of the Pacific. Japan straight over to China, fire upon the awesome master. In a Babylon there's a disaster. Well, I can't get no food, no water. Get up and come, get up and come, get up and come, cause Babylon. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come, Mrs. Babylon. Like a falling leaf, the falling to the stream and way. Well, I say, so is the Babylon. Selassie gonna wash them away. And for all the heedless things they've done, now them ever get away. Get up and come, get up and come, get up and come, cause Babylon done. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come, cause Babylon done. God promised to spread the weed and give sight to the light. No matter what their oppressors do, in that this year I'm a Gideon times. Rasta is here to conquer all trials and tribulations. So pack your little grip and come, let's leave out of Babylon. Get up and come, get up and come, get up and come, cause Babylon come. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come, cause Babylon come. I home is not in Babylon, Mount Zion is I home. And I say, any day from now, I didn't know. Calling on Rastaman, no one will I and I roam. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come, cause Babylon done. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come, cause Babylon done. Say from England straight to America, even down here in the valley of the Pacific. Japan straight over to China, say fire burn, the awesome master. In a Babylon there's a disaster. I can't get no food, no water. Get up and come, get up and come, get up and come, cause Babylon done. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come, cause Babylon done. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come, cause Babylon done. Say now, come, hurry up and come, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up and come, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, get up and come, hurry up and come.
Colors indicates hot water springs. Yeah, those are hot water. It means that the water in Bahamas, right? The water in the island of Bahamas is hot. It's a different temperature of water, and Bahamas is like a place where you could go and spa. You have a spa. You go relax. Yeah, you go just take a little journey or a boat ride. Bahamas is not a place to live. Right? Bahamas is not a place to live. So you have been taught the true history of Bahamas. Well, not the full history, because I can't teach you all certain things about Bahamas. Might get cut off. So there's certain things I could tell you all too, but you all should understand, right? So Bahamas is a hot spring. Alright, it's a hot spring, like a spa, a place where you could go and the temperature of the water is completely different. But after Dorian passed through there, that is it. Abba want them off of the island, just like what he did in Hawaii last year. Just like what Abba did in Hawaii last year with the river or with the tsunami, or whatever I want to say, with the river of tsunami that running from Kilo volcano straight into the ocean. When it reach into the ocean, it disappear. Where all the lava gone? The lava went through a channel, right? Lava went through a tube, which is called the lava tube. Once it go through the lava tube, it will be fed to other volcanoes in order for other volcanoes to be refilled. And I'm teaching you all in depth things now. I'm feeling to talk. All right, so we're done with Bahamas here, right? We're done with them. There's another system, as I said already, there's another system, a new system that has been a threat to Bahamas. We want Bahamians, which is people from Haiti, Cuba, Florida, people from neighboring islands, even New York, that has gone to Bahamas to live, to make money. You see, how they get people to come to Bahamas, to live in Bahamas? They trick them, they fool them. They tell them, here what, come Bahamas, right? Come and have a life in Bahamas. And once they come and have a life in Bahamas, then they had no other option but to create a government, right? A government in order to keep the people in land, because things broke out of hand in Bahamas. And then the elites now saying Bahamas need a government now, right? Bahamas don't need no government, yeah, because the government of Bahamas is Elohim. Elohim is the ones who own this earth. They are the ones who created this earth, not your gods and them, right? They are failures, right? So how they get people from Haiti and all the different places? Easy. Bring destruction to Haiti, make them suffer, and bring them over to Bahamas, right? People from Cuba, right, could easily go over here. This is the drug trade, folks. This is where the drug trades that be happening. This is where the human sacrifices that be happening, right? Most human sacrifices happening. Most children missing in America, right? They bring them to Bahamas, and then there are people who will process them, and then it are doctors who they hire, right, from different places, which doctors and all in different places that come from Haiti, that come from different places, right? Which doctors on this island that they use them to do to take out people organs and all them different things. This Bahamas is the organ trade island, right? And Cuba is the drug trade island, right? Any island that is close to Miami, Florida is not good, right? Miami, Florida, there's that I tell you, there's a lot of drug trade happening there. That is the reason why the people in Miami, Florida is so rich. That is the reason why they're so lavish. They live a lavish life. That is because of the human trafficking going on in Bahamas and the drug trade going on in Cuba. Alright, I will hush my mouth there. Let's go up the road. We're going. All right, we're going up the road. We're going, right? We're going up the road. I stick in here too much. My gosh. You know much things I could teach you all, but nobody will listen. So it doesn't matter, right? This is New Jersey here. All these places will have earthquakes soon, right? Let me go up the road now. We're going up the road until we reach to New York. Aye. Somewhere here is supposed to have a split. Somewhere here. New York supposed to be somewhere here. As you see, New Jersey, New York supposed to be somewhere here. Supposed to be New York. Alright. Yes, Bahamas is similar to Yellowstone. Yes, it's a hot spring. You understand? Yes. You get the idea, right? Yes, you get the idea. Beautiful. Once you get the idea, it's beautiful. You know, it's like I was showing many map in a different ways. Like I seen a lot of things on the map, right? That you all never see before. But I am the one could see through certain things. I could see certain things on the map that other people can't see. Not even NASA could see it, right? That is because there's a divine plan, right, to end the world in a certain way, right? Okay, so we're coming up to New York, folks. Papa yoy, look, New York. You know this line here going through here is the stupid tectonic plate, right? This is the fourth line, or fourth. This is the line that indicates the tectonic plate. This is rubbish, folks. This is not the tectonic plate. This is bullshit. Yeah, this is complete rubbish, right? So wow, we come up to New York, boy. Ah, boy. Dorian didn't reach inland of New York, but it saturate outside New York, right? So you all know that a tsunami will be happening in New York. Yes. How is it possible? Not through this little land here. What tell you, boy? A tsunami can't happen here. Tsunami will be happening there at all. Tsunami will be happening out here in the ocean, right? So when I told you all that a mega catastrophic tsunami will be happening, I told you all that the tsunami will be happening out here, right? Out here, this is the north of the Caribbean. What here is, boy? Let's see if I could just click that. Let me see if I just see I could bring that up there. What's here? Let me just click what's here. Not the north of the Caribbean, and this is North Atlantic Sea, or North. Yeah, I think it's North Atlantic Sea. Let me see what they bring up there for me, because I can't remember where it is now, right? Alright, so let me see where they say it is. Atlantic Ocean. Alright, so this is the Atlantic Ocean, folks. This is where the mega catastrophic tsunami will be happening, right here. So as I said already, the tsunami will be stretched horizontal going up the road, coming in. So the tsunami will be rolling up and coming in on the land, but the tsunami would not be able to go all the way up here. So up here will be a complete different destruction, right? And it will have a different plan to destroy there. As you all know, we could freeze these people to death there. These people could freeze to death. So what happened in what happened in January 2019 when Yahuwah brought the cold front in New York? All this water here was frozen. All the water here completely freeze. By freezing here, or bringing a cold front here, the people who live in New York, Vermont, Maine, all these places will feel the cold front, but it really be in New York because they're using the water here from this little stream to create the ice frost, or the frost, right? There is nothing called a frost quakes, right? But Obi, you could also put on other earthquakes too as well. If there's other earthquakes happening too as well. If there's other earthquakes happening, there's no problem, bro. You could put on other earthquakes too as you can report other earthquakes too as well. No problem with that, right? So we have the tsunami happening New York, off the coast of the north coast of New York. We have the tsunami happening there that will come on land, and Massachusetts, right? Massachusetts is not far from New York. As you can see, New York here, this indicates that all here will be New York, and then you have Philadelphia, will just be a little drive. You have New Jersey, you have Delaware. Delaware is close to the sea on a little piece of island, right? That will be Brooklyn.
It's your will, no weapon that form against me. This anger shall not be. Divine protection shall set my soul free. Talk to me, Jah is standing by my side. Then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that rolleth my life? If Jah is standing by my side, then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that rolleth my life? The gates of hell can never prevail. From I know Jah, he never. What you think I'm gonna do? Keep up now? No, not go back. My foes attack and smile. They don't seem to understand my style. My confidence is so high, high. In a Baba Janaya, he's standing by my side. And then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawling by night? Jah is standing by my side. And then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawling by night? Boom, 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 this a junior, boom, 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 this a junior, boom, 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 this a junior, boom, boom, boom. So talk your talk and laugh your laugh. That won't shiver my heart. His secret tabernacle will guide I. Guess your guess and test your test. That is in your own interest to find out the power of the Most High, Most High, Most High. Jah is standing by my side. And then why should I be afraid of the pestilence that crawling by night? If Jah is standing by my side, then why should I be afraid of the pestilence that crawling by night? Boom, 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 this a junior, boom, 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 this a junior, boom, 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 this a junior, boom. That's why I wanna say Jah is standing by my side.
And off, right? No, we don't really need to break off. We don't have to, right? We don't have to cut off this island here, because some of you only say we think we're gonna cut off the island, right? But people who live in Delaware and all these places in danger, because when saturation begins, right, for this place, that means that all here will be broken off, right? So Delaware and New Jersey will be broken off together with this clip of New York here, right? So the split will happen from here, or no. I must say the split will happen from Massachusetts, New Hampshire, straight across to Delaware, Washington, right? I know some of these places here, maybe places that you guys live, where maybe have family members and things there. Give them a warning. Share this live so that more people could see it. Come on, share this live so that we could reach more people together. We could get people to understand, right? So that they could seek Elohim now before it's too late, before all these things start begin to happen, right? As I said already, as you can see, Connecticut here, right? It will be from New York. New York is not far from Connecticut, but the split will be happening from here straight across to Delaware, right? So in order to get here straight, so that the tsunami will come inland straightly in order to reach a particular place. So once
she doesn't want me around, she's got something to hide. I think she wants a clown, someone to take for a ride. But I keep telling her I'm too experienced to be taking for a stroll, too experienced for someone to rock and roll. I'm too experienced to be taking for a ride, and I know it's not my foolish bride. She hates the sight of me because I turned her off her down. She always saying we were meant to be. Somehow she thought I'd be her clown. But this is what I said, I'm too experienced to be taking for a stroll, too experienced for someone to rock and roll. I'm too experienced to be taking for a ride, and I know it's not my foolish pride. She doesn't want me around, she's got some
we able to cut off this piece of land, I mean that the tsunami will come in at least 100 feet more, right? So once we cut off here, which we are going to do, we're going to cut off here. So in future earthquakes going to begin in Baltimore, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania. We are not truly ready to begin splitting here yet, but we begin earthquakes out here, right? We did begin earthquakes in New York, but it was small magnitude. So what I said to Abba was let me give me an opportunity to teach you people everything, and then let me just start to do earthquakes like that. Okay, you should know what I'm talking about, right? So I told Abba, let me just hold off on doing the earthquakes for here for now, but he make me to understand that the saturation will have to commence, right? The saturation will have to commence for New Jersey and Delaware, as that is what their plans are, right? To break off Delaware and this place called Iron and City, wherever that place is, to break off those places, right? So those places will be cut off, not now, but in the future, right? In future. So there's a lot of work still to be done, you know. Nova Scotia is part of Canada, by the way. So we jump to Massachusetts here, and we jump to Connecticut, and Connecticut is close to the ocean, right? What will happen here? Abba just said that this piece of island from here, from New Hampshire, from here, this piece of island from here will have to break off. So from New Hampshire here, come straight across, coming straight through Pennsylvania and reaching up to Pittsburgh, right? Will have to crack. So all here will have to break off in the future. This is for future events, not now, but it could happen now. It could begin to happen now. But look at the drawing that I did. If you look at the drawing that I did, this is just a more this is more a little more insight depth of how the earthquake is going to be happen in the future, right? Now I am the only living man on the earth could predict earthquakes, where exactly going to happen, where storms going to happen, when next going to be saturated, 1,000,000 billion% accurately. I am the main source. All right, so some of you all mightn't believe. That is what they teach you not to believe, right? But anyhow, we ain't talking about that right now. Just making you all understand how the end will unfold. All right. So remember, from New Hampshire, come straight across Connecticut and connect back to Delaware. Here we'll have to cut off so that the tsunami now, when the tsunami generates out here, it will be more than 7,000 feet, right? In order to get more water to come into the land. So this is real work, eh? So that means a lot of saturation will have to happen here. A lot of saturation. So the water will reach up to Vermont, right? The tsunami will reach up to Vermont, but as I tell you already, remember the tsunami is going horizontal up, in a straight line going up, right? And rolling across sideways. Well, you all should understand that by now, okay? So saturation had to happen, and we had Dorian that did some saturation in hmmm. Dorian did saturation in Nova Scotia. Dorian did saturation in Boston, Providence, Massachusetts, Connecticut had saturation too as well. Look what it is, close to the ocean. New York, close to the ocean. Philadelphia, New Jersey, all these places. As you can see, NASA and the stupid fourth line system, which is bullshit.
What one dance can do, one dance can do, one dance can do, one dance can do. Listen that. After one dance on the floor, she came back wanting for more, for more. Now I don't know what it is that I've got, but she whispered it was so nice, so nice. say. Now we watch us from the corner of his eyes. So a move like this would be so unwise. Ooh, you're standing in my way. Standing in my way. You could see she was more than ready to make the move with me anytime. Not even thinking of the consequences, oh no. So I had to think quickly. Cause her man, his face was looking oh so mean. As if any time he could create a scene. So gently I pushed her away. Ooh, he wants to spoil the play. He's standing in my way. He's standing in my way. Whoa. Now I understand how he feels, but I wish he'd give me a little room. I know he's got himself a raw deal, but I'd like to leave with this lady soon. I didn't mean to be so unkind, but I had more than two. The one was looking fine. Big spender he was, had to have his own way. Thought he'd leave, but he stayed. Still standing in my way. Standing in my way. Standing in my way. Standing in my way. Standing
That is not how the fault line is
That's what one dance can do.
but yeah, that's for you all to understand.
One dance can do.
We're going until we reach Australia, and that's it, right? Guys, the only place on the earth. That's the only place. We're going to India too just now. So this New Brunswick place will have to break off too as well. So all New Brunswick will break off. It will break off. Remember to tell you that the split will be happening from up here. So that means that the split will be happening horizontal again from Vermont to New Hampshire. But then we'll have to split here. Once they split here, they'll be able to get this piece of island moving with Delaware. Right? They make it sound like if it's such a big place. It's not a big place. It's your mind. They make your mind think it's a big place. The earth is not a big place. All right. The earth is a small place compared to me, or compared to Elohim. The earth is a very small place because they are the ones who form you in the womb. So if they are the ones who form you in the womb, that means that they are giants, right? Cool. We were taught so much lies about the creators. So much lies we were taught, right? All right, so we will jump to Nova Scotia, right? Nova Scotia will sink, right? The reason for the saturation is to break Nova Scotia off from here. Once we get to break off Nova Scotia from here, then we will sink this island called Nova Scotia, right? So guys, as usual, all right, I have to pause for a cause again. Need some water because we need to continue this teaching.
Port said the quake was felt in several parishes and no damage was reported at that time. However, since then, we have received reports of damage to buildings at the Helsha Beach in St. Catherine, more than 100 kilometers away. Thursday's quake left cracks, piles of rubble, and holes in the ground when the shaking stopped. Sarita Earl operates one of the affected restaurants along the shore in Helsha. She was inside the restaurant when the quake occurred.
I was in the kitchen and I hear a rolling sound from out the sea. And when we look, we can feel the vibration on the ground. But it took, I think they did have one before that broke the building in two.
She added that the damage to the building was not only from the shaking, but that the closeness of the ocean to the restaurant acted as a catalyst for some of the damage, especially on the floor.
The earthquake bust the building in two, and then the breeze and the heavy waves of the water go underneath and it start to break other parts of the building.
The area at the back of the restaurant used to be a bar with shelves stacked with liquor and waves crashing against the structure outside. But after Thursday's natural disaster,
yes, all the shelf was about liquor and juice and stuff. And when the earthquake occur, all the shelves tear down and all the liquors fall to the ground and break.
On Thursday, sections of the island were rocked by a 4.2 magnitude earthquake that was felt mostly in St. Anne and St. Catherine. We are now learning that the earthquake damaged structures along the Hellshire shoreline in Portmore, St. Catherine. Now, the epicenter of the earthquake was on the border of St. Catherine and St. Anne near Guy's Hill. There were no reports of injuries, but some businesses on the popular beach were damaged. TVJ's Prince Moore reports.
The earthquake unit in a preliminary report said the quake was felt in several parishes and no damage was reported at that time. However, since then, we have received reports of damage to buildings at the Hellshire Beach in St. Catherine, more than 100 kilometers away. Thursday's quake left cracks, piles of rubble, and holes in the ground when the shaking stopped. Sarita Earl operates one of the affected restaurants along the shore in Hellshire. She was inside the restaurant when the quake occurred.
I was in the kitchen and I hear a rolling sound from out the sea. And when we look, we can feel the vibration on the ground. But it took, I think they did have one before that broke the building in two.
She added that the damage to the building was not only...
Right, so we continuing here because I don't really have much time here on the earth anymore. We don't really have much time. But for the love of my brothers and sisters, and I really don't want to see you all burn, I am doing this. I don't really have to, right? I don't really have to do this. I was told because people not listening to me, just forget it all. Let me just do what we had to do without anybody doing anything. But I was also told to as well, right? You are the only one that making the sacrifice to teach people the truth. So let it be worthwhile, you know. We go in, folks. We go in. All right.
It's all about you. LA's fine sunshine most of the time, and the feeling is laid back. Palm tree road, rent so low, don't you know? I keep working my way back. But I'm a Jamaican boy who's born and raised. Nowadays I'm lost between two shores. LA's fine, but it ain't home. New York's home, but it ain't mine no more. I am myself to no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chant. I am my pride, I am said and I am lost, and I can't even say why. Leaving me lonely still. Did you read about a father who dreamed of being a king? And they all became one, except for the name. A few other changes to talk about me. The story is the same one, but I've got this emptiness deep inside, and it won't let me go. And I'm a man who don't like to swear, but I hate the sound of being alone. I am myself to no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chance. care about me. Said you were my best friend. Maybe you think I can't live without you. Maybe that's why you treat me so wrong. I'm not obligated to you. I don't want it this way. Don't be staring through those brown eyes. You must have seen that this was coming. When I tried to talk to you, you turned away. Say you wanna dance. You don't ever want to argue. You wanna love the night away. Girl, I won't stay. Say you wanna dance. You don't wanna talk it over. You wanna love the night away. Girl, I won't stay. It's not that I don't really love you. Girl, I just don't love your style. All this time you've been playing with my mind. Now you're running out of time. Maybe my love means nothing to you. Maybe you see through the heart in me. Maybe all that you're thinking is wrong. Maybe my love ain't so strong. Listen through those brown eyes. You must have seen that this was coming. 'Cause when I tried to talk to you, you turned away. Say you wanna dance. You don't ever want to argue. You wanna love the night away. Girl, I won't stay. Say you wanna dance. You don't wanna talk it over. You wanna love the night away. Girl, I won't stay. No. I don't
You see, all these islands here will sink. All these islands out here will sink. Right? All these little islands here will sink. Right? For the islands that I miss, for the places that I miss, in future I will do a teaching about it once we are still here. Once we are still here, I will do a teaching about it. Alright, so opposite Nova Scotia, we're going over to the UK, right? And I don't need to go to Indonesia because I already did that a few times ago. Okay, we're in the UK now. We're in the UK. We're just waiting for confirmation, folks. We're in the UK. This is United Kingdom, boy. Yep, this is United Kingdom here. This is England, right? I'm going to show you all how England going to split. All right. We're just waiting for the map to come up, and once the map come up, then we will talk some more on England here. And from England we go down to Australia, and so and so and so. So while we're waiting here for it to birth, for it to come forth, I'm waiting for it to come forth to teach you all something. Just listen to this. She heard it. She heard the ground vibrate. She heard a song from the ocean. Listen to it carefully.
With shelves stacked with liquor and waves crashing against the structure outside. But after Thursday's natural disaster,
Yes, all the shelf was about liquor and juice and stuff. And when the earthquake occurred, all the shelves tear down and all the liquors fall to the ground and break.
On Thursday, sections of the island were rocked.
Alright, so my bad, that wasn't UK, that was Spain, Portugal, and all the different places in it. But I want to teach you all rather. We in Spain. We in Spain right now, guys. We in Spain. This is the place that was saturated yesterday. Spain will be divided in three parts. Three quarter parts, right? And the reason why we did saturation in Spain is to begin to split Spain in a certain way, right? But I told you all already, Spain will be split, right? You all see my mouse? Right here is Spain. This is the place that was saturated yesterday. Yesterday it was saturated real good, right? Spain was saturated yesterday, right? We have some work to do here again in Spain. That means we have earthquakes to begin to split Spain in three, right? So the split will be happening like this, according in this manner. This is how the split will happen for Spain. It will happen Cumbra, and it will go straight across the Adora. It had to happen in this manner in order to get a perfect split, right? If you look very carefully too, like it's like you can see faces on the land. Let me forget that. That's the next explanation, right? A tsunami is possible. A tsunami could happen out here, but that is not the plan. The plan here is not to create, is not to bring a tsunami, not yet, but to begin to split the land, to divide them, to begin to divide the land. The plan here right now is to divide the land, right? A tsunami is possible here because the ocean is very close. And those who don't know, the ocean will be used as a means of getting the tsunami where we want it to go. So wherever we want the tsunami to go, this is where we will have it going. Right up here, Switzerland and all these different places will be split. I'm trying to get the mouse to move up. Good morning to you, Sister Asa. And I'm trying to get the mouse to, right, wherever we want the tsunami to go, we will get it to go. But just giving you all a perfect idea of why we will be splitting Spain, right? We're going to separate Spain from France, so there will be a crack that will be happening from here straight across to here. Good. All right. We have Germany, we have Portland, all these elite places. We have Solvika, elite places. We have Austria. There was a lot of floods and all these different things happening in Austria. Austria is a place that is snow too as well. Snow, right? Let's have snow there. Austria, what the fuck on this point? Google kind of giving a little problem here, but say what the guys are just trying to get things for you. Right, so now we know how they will be separated. Now, as you can see, there's an island called Italy, right? And Italy had real earthquakes. And mind you, in Italy, there's volcanoes, right? Fire volcanoes. Why? Why there are fire volcanoes there? The fire volcano is to burn them alive, catch them on fire, all right, alive. There is a lot of volcanoes in Italy, by the way.
I'll be down by the river, waiting for the good Lord to pass my way. Oh yeah, I'll be down by the river, singing songs of joy
natural beauty, you know. Yeah, no, I've never been someone shy until I seen your eyes. Still I had to try, yeah. Oh yes, let me get my words right and then approach you. When I'll treat you like a man is supposed to. You'll never have to cry, no. I know everyone can relate to when they find a special someone. And she's royal, yeah, so royal. And I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind, no. The way she moves to her own beat, she has the qualities of a queen. She's a queen. Ooh, ooh, what a natural beauty. No need no makeup to be a cutie. She's a queen. She's a queen. And when they ask what a good woman's made of, she's not afraid and ashamed of who she is. She's royal, yeah, so royal. And I need her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind until the night that I seen your eyes. Oh, my queen, so supreme. I can see it in her eyes, the way she smiles. Hey, yes, I know the king and queen crown same time, so I never leave your side. Just stick with me through the trial times. Oh, and she says she no mind. Alright, I know good man is hard to find, and she can't about that giant line. That's why she has no ties at this time. Yeah, I know many men are trying, but she needs to be more than wine and dine, because she's royal, yeah, so royal. And I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so divine, no. The way she moves to her own beat, she has the qualities of a queen, so supreme. Ooh, ooh, what a natural beauty. No need no makeup to be a cutie. She's a queen, so supreme, yeah. And when they ask what a good woman's made of, she's not afraid and ashamed of who she is. She's royal, yeah, so royal. And I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind. No, no, the way she moves to her own beat, she has the qualities of a queen. Right?
Italy is where Rome is where the Pope is, where the Vatican is, where it does a lot of evil things. So no tsunami yet for them, right? No tsunami yet. But there are volcanoes here, right, that could be triggered to run on land or inland. There's also a volcano in Italy called what's the name of the volcano in Italy? I can't remember the name of it right now, but there's multiple volcanoes in Italy right now that are showing signs of eruption. As you can see, the land Italy is a full piece of land, boy. You know much evil things taking place in the jungle here. All here is considered Italy, whether it's called Poland, whatever it's called. Italy is a small little brick, but they control the whole island. We've been going to that, right? They control the whole land. That whole land there, right? That whole giant hand, as you can see the little nails coming down, right, belongs to Italy, but belongs to Elohim, because Elohim won, right? All right. Now I'm just waiting. Right now, you know how this is supposed to be Europe, right? This is supposed to be Europe here, but I will never reach Greenland already. No, the Greenland up here. So we have Greenland up here. This is Greenland, and This up here is supposed to be Iceland. We reached the end of the world, guys. We reached the end. Wow, we reached the end of the world so fast. This is Iceland, right? And from Iceland here, right, is where people see something called Borealis. They call it Borealis. They call it, they have a name that they see these beautiful different colors in the sky. That is the end of the dome. And this is the place Abba using to store ice for a long time, and now he is melting the ice here. Now if we zoom into the ice, it will look a lot bigger because you know you're looking from a human perspective. If you're looking from a giant perspective, then you will see a little chunk of ice there, a little chunk of ice there, and or we could use it to your advantage to melt it to do wonders in the Atlantic Ocean. So the reason the ice is here is to use the ice from here and transport it on land, to freeze people sometime, make them freeze to death, and so on and so on. Well, there's the end here. I ain't see no other island here, and the elite and them knows all about this, right? But people are afraid, man. People are afraid. People are afraid to confront the eagles, the enemies. They're afraid to confront them. Mustn't be afraid to confront them at all. Let them know you don't fear them. Alright, guys, I'm looking for England here. Well, you all know where the tsunami will be happening for England, right? England is another elite state. Another elite state, right? Good morning, Trinidad. Good morning, good evening. Alright, guys, I don't think I could go down to Australia, right? But you all know what the tsunami happened for Australia, right? You already know what the tsunami happened for Papua New Guinea. You already know what the tsunami will be happening for all those different places, right? So, guys, this brings us to a whole earth teaching where the tsunamis will be happening, where fireballs will be happening, what they call it, meteorites. And I just want to bring to a certain order. I want you all to understand this. Please understand that what I am teaching, alright, is the divine truth, and nobody else on the earth will ever know about this unless if they first hear it from me. Once they first hear it from me, then they will know exactly how it will happen, because once they see something I speak happening over and over, then they will say, okay, he know what he's talking about, he's the main source, he's the true main source. And then they will try to imitate or impersonate the main source, and that's where the problem comes in. Alright, remember, everybody who impersonates the messenger of Elohim have some sort of recompense to get, right? Be real, be the original, don't be no carbon copy. I am not no carbon copy, right? Be real. I am completely real. Alright, so this earthquake happened in Jamaica. Alright.
But it took, I think they did have one before that break the building in two.
She added that the damage to the building was not only from the shaking, but that the closeness of the ocean to the restaurant acted as a catalyst for some of the damage, especially on the floor.
The earthquake bust the building in two, and then the breeze and the heavy waves of the water go underneath and it start to break other parts of the building.
The area at the back of the restaurant used to be a bar with shelves stacked with liquor and waves crashing against the structure outside. But after Thursday's natural disaster,
yes, all the shelf was about liquor and juice and stuff. And when the earthquake occur, all the shelves tear down and all the liquors fall to the ground and break.
On Thursday, sections of the island were rocked by a 4.2 magnitude earthquake that was felt mostly in St. Anne and St. Catherine. We are now learning that the earthquake damaged structures along the Hellshire shoreline in Portmore, St. Catherine. Now, the
A word from the wise, don't try to make life on your own. Remember that Jah just by your side. For I was a soul who was lost, and my life was in dismay. For among evil forces in which I played, guns and ammunition were my chosen way of life. With God-fearing people I chose to strive. For all of the lives that are taken, they can never be replaced. But still Jah chose to remember my face. Though I never lived like he wanted, I'm still mindful of what he taught me. So now I beg and plead, I'm on my bending knees. 'Cause Father, you rescued me. I've got the scars to show. I barely made it along life's road. 'Cause when my life got dark, he was the only spark. He was the light at the end of the road. When I was a young boy, growing up in Augustown, we ate from the same pot. We were Indians all around. From Guyana to Colorado, from Rockers to Jungle to Tire, Brazil to Trinidad and River, all around. And then the football ground became a battlefield, and my life seemed so surreal. People were falling all around, but Jah helped me to stand my ground. Only Jah could have helped me to stand my ground. Though I never lived like he wanted, I was mindful of what he taught me. So now I beg and plead, I'm on my bending knees. 'Cause Father, you rescued me, and I've got the scars to show. I barely made it along life's road. 'Cause when my life got dark, he was the only spark, the light at the end of the road. Oh, never lived to please him, I never lived like I should. Oh, Father, you rescued me. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I've lived and I've learned. I've made mistakes along the way. Now I beg for forgiveness each day as I try to pray. So take it from me, son, you can change the world today. And I am living proof that crime doesn't pay. For I never lived like he wanted, I was mindful of what he taught me. So now I beg and plead, I'm on my bending knees. 'Cause Father, he rescued me, and I've got the scars to show. I barely made it along life's road. 'Cause when my life got dark, he was the only spark, the light at the end of the road. I never lived like he wanted, I was mindful of what he taught me. So now I beg and plead, I'm on my bending knees. 'Cause Father, you rescued me, and I've got the scars to show. I barely made it along life's road. 'Cause when my life got dark, he was the only spark, the light at the end of the road. So I never lived like he wanted, I was mindful of what he taught me. I'm on my bending knee, I ask the Father, please. Father, you rescued me, and I got the scars to show. I barely made it along life's road. As my life got dark, he was the only spark, the light at the end of the road. I never lived, never lived.
Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana. Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana. Dawo yami ayikolana, buso wami awukolana. Ilondoloze zuhambe nami. Dawo yami ayikolana, buso wami awukolana. Ilondoloze zuhambe nami. Ilondoloze, 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 zungangishi buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami Jerusalem, Ikayalami, Ilondoloze, uhambe nami, Zumangishilana, Jerusalem, Ikayalami, Ilondoloze, uhambe nami, Zumangishilana, Yahuwami, Ayikholana, Busoami, Awukholana, Ilondoloze,
Street of Earth operates one of the restaurants along the shore in Hellshop. She was inside the restaurant when the quake occurred.
I was in the kitchen and I hear a rolling sound from out the sea. And when we look, we can feel the vibration. But it took, I think there was one before that broke the building.
She added that the damage to the building was not only from the shaking, but that the closeness of the ocean to the restaurant as a catalyst to some of the damage, especially
The earthquake bust the building, and then the breeze and the heavy waves of the water go underneath and it start to break other parts of the building.
the area at the back of the restaurant used to be a bar with shelves stacked with liquor and waves crashing against the structure outside. But after Thursday's natural disaster,
Yes, all the shelves
Jerusalem, Ikayalami,
and when the
Ilondoloze,
earthquake occurred, all the shelves tear down and all the
Zumangishilana, Jerusalem, Ikayalami, Ilondoloze,
that was felt mostly in Trinidad and Catherine. We are now learning that the earthquake damaged structures along the Hellshire shoreline in Now the epicenter of the earthquake was on the border of St. Catherine and Trinidad Hill. There were no reports of injuries, but some businesses on the beach were damaged. TVJ's
the earthquake unit in a preliminary report said the quake was felt in several parishes and no damage was reported at that time. However, since then, we have received reports of buildings at the Hellshire Beach in St. Catherine, more than 100 kilometers away. Thursday's quake left cracks, piles of rubble, and holes in the ground when the shaking stopped. Street of Earth operates one of the affected restaurants along the shore in Hellshire. She was inside the restaurant when the quake occurred.
I was in the kitchen and I hear a rolling sound from out the sea. And when we look,
Ilondoloze,
vibration on the ground. But I think they didn't have one before that broke the building into.
Awukholana,
For some of the damage, especially
Ilondoloze,
The earthquake bust the building.
There were no reports of injuries, but some businesses on the popular beach were damaged.
that was not only from the shaking.
In St. Anne and St. Catherine. On Thursday,
What do you just moving quick stuff? You know.
Jerusalem, Ikayalami, Ilondoloze, uhambe nami, Zumangishilana, Jerusalem, Ikayalami, Ilondoloze, uhambe nami, Zumangishilana, dawo yami, ayikholana, buso wami, awukholana, ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Ilondoloze, ilondoloze, zumangishilana.
just moving for itself. No, that is not the case here. So I'd like to say shalom and special good evening to all my true brothers and sisters who truly walking in righteousness, and those who are truly walking in holiness, and those who are truly remaining on path. All right. While we wait for people to say the life and thing, I'd like to just call a shout out to you, Sister Commander, one of our commanders, Sister Liline Valley, right? Shalom. Erika Webisina, that from Indonesia. Cindy Alexander from Trinidad. Mari Assyria from Cali. Peng Haijosa from the Philippines. We wait now for more people to join in with us as we discuss the most pressing issues affecting humanity today. Right. So I use the word most pressing because I just wanted to give you all an idea of what I'm really trying to explain. Also to remember that this live will be replayed. There will be a replay on this live maybe sometime soon in the near future. But today we're going to talk about what is going on right now in California. What is going on right now in California is not what USGS tell you, because USGS telling you all that is aftershocks. That's the reason why there are earthquakes. So one of the things that I want to discuss with you all today is how a mega earthquake that happened the 4th of July could still affect or could still cause so-called aftershocks. After so long, they're still talking about aftershocks still occurring after the 7.5 magnitude earthquake, which they downgrade to 7.1. It really was a 8.5 earthquake that happened in California. Right? It really was a 8.5 magnitude that happened in California, but they downgraded to a lower grade so that people do not know the true magnitude or the true depth or the true deception of what they plan to do in a few more days from now. Not weeks. We don't have weeks here, we don't have months here, we don't have years here anymore. We have a few days. And I'm saying this in a way for you all to understand. A few days could simply means also too as well. It could mean a few more weeks, a few more months, but it doesn't mean a few years anymore. If that was the case and we was really going to remain here until, let's say, 2030, if we was really going to remain here until 2030, therefore no earthquakes would have been happening, no saturation would have been taking places like New York. Right now right now in New York, places in New York is being saturated right now as we speak. Right, so places in New York is being saturated, and those are just one of the phases that we're going to discuss today. It have a lot of phases. I told you all already. It have 12 different phases, and on a past live I did explain about the different magnitudes of phases that will have to happen for the bigger phases to happen. Remember, Abba didn't just create the earth in one day or in 7 days. It takes 7 years to fulfill the creation of the earth. Right, so now we're going to remove the equation of science and religion from the whole deception. We're going to remove the equation of science. What I want you all to do is to start to say this live is going to be very, very important. It's not going to be long, like say an hour or 10 minutes or 10 hours or anything like that. The live is just going to be for half an hour. I hope I could remain a half an hour talking to you all here, and then later on we will jump on a different topic. We're going to talk about something else. Alright, so let me just introduce myself again. I am Archangel Samuel. That is who I am. I am the fifth angel of the end time apocalypse. That's why everything that I say will happen. It will come to pass wherever, whatever time that it needs, whenever time that it will happen, it will happen. All right. So just wanted to let you all know that. So that is for those who know coming in and those who know coming in and those who know joining the live, so that they will have an idea. Well, A, X, and Y, Z is the case, and they're not falling into any snare or any trap or anything like that. So that's to let them know now. Also too, for the hypocrites and the hypocrites who will join us, the hypocrites will join us. The so-called followers will join us. The Marcos will join us. The the USCS thieves will join us. They will join us very soon. All right. But what I just want to discuss with you all today is the different phases that we are actually in the 7th phase right now. Remember, I tell you all it's 12 phases, right? We're in the 7th phase, crossing from the 7th phase, going into the 8th phase. So in other words, we're not really on the 7th phase. We passed the 7th phase already, but we're still in the 7th phase. Remember, I will not come out until you're flat. X, Y, and Z going and happen here, there, and everywhere. I won't come out until you're flat. I'll just give you all an idea. I'll just give you all, so that you all will formulate it in your mind, so that you all will know, hey, Bro really did talk about that. Bro really did speak in connection to that, so that you all will have an idea now of what exactly I'm talking about, what I'm going to discuss. So that's the reason why I doesn't really give people the full magnitude of the destruction of what's going to happen, A, Y, or wherever it's going to take place. I don't give people the full scale of the destruction, because not that I don't want people to know about it, it's because some people will use that as a way to be scared or to be in fear, all them kind of thing. I'm not scaring people. I don't be on no scare tactics thing, right? I don't really be on that scare tactic thing with nobody whatsoever, right? So I just here to just open your eyes, so that you will open your eyes to see it. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to focus on the picture that is before us now, right? You're going to focus on the picture that is before us. The picture that we see before us is an angel with a sword. As you can see, the angel with the sword, the angel is mounted off the ground, not on the ground, and the angel have 2 wings. We seen the angel with the 2 wings, right? Now I can't really adjust the screen, and I adjusted it so that you all can see it. What we're looking at is that the angel now taking his sword and thrusting it into the earth. Now the angel going to a specific depth, because these swords, the swords that you see in here is not normal swords. They are not like the normal swords where it is used to do battle with. The normal sword used to do battle with. These swords are different measurements on it, right? These swords are different measurements on it, and they go to according to the depth. So let me say the depth is 10 feet. Let me say the depth is 10 kilometers. They go down 10 kilometers. 10 kilometers could be any magnitude. It could be 5.5. You see, the reason why they just get a greater scale on the Richter scale, or the Richter scale, whatever they call the scale, the reason why they just get a greater scale or a greater mountain magnitude is because of the way how they rock the sword, the way how they push the sword, to go down. And another thing I want you all to understand is that the swords that they are using is not spiritual swords. It's not the swords that are used to do battle in the spirit. It's a natural sword, but the sword that they're using to do it is a specific sword that they're using to dig the earth, to crack the earth then, right? And recently our them did show a crop circle, which I'm going to be teaching about that in a few days from now. Let me say about Friday this Friday here, praise ya. This Friday here I will be teaching a new crop circle. Came out about maybe some years or whatever. I can't remember, some years or some months, but the crop circle have exactly what we are doing. Alright, so the reason why I can explain to the public where the magnitude will happen, what magnitude will happen, where it will happen, where exactly will be the magnitude, how soon will be an earthquake, how soon they will be here, how soon they will go there, that is because I am a part of this plan. And without me being the key of this plan, nothing would have been happening right now. Yes, I'm boasting because people saying how they could do without me. Right? You can't do without me. Right? I am the key. If you only accept Elohim, they will not accept you. They will not accept you. You still need you still need to remain rooted and grounded so that the key could continue to direct your path. So the key will continue to lead, to correct you when you're going wrong, so that the key now will continue to keep you on path so that you do not fall. Because as I said already, a lot of people are going to fall. A lot of people are going to fall. Alright? And we're trying to avoid that from happening. Alright?
6 minutes ago.
We're trying to avoid that from happening. Alright? A new magnitude have now been detected. And it happened in Argentina, 4.2. Alright? So as I was saying already, as I just saying to you all already, depths. Alright. Let me talk about 2018. What happened 2018 had earthquakes, yes. But the earthquakes wasn't every single day. 2017 had earthquakes, but it was like 1, 2, or 3 earthquake every 3 months or so. An earthquake happened, but now it's every day. Every day, every 15 minutes, an earthquake happens. Every 15 minutes, sometimes every 5 minutes, an earthquake happens. All right. So I just want you all to see the big change. This is a big change. This is a real big change that's taking place on Earth, and people ignoring the fact that the earthquakes that's happening now is not normal. It's not the prevalent earthquakes. It's not normal now since Adam started to do things differently, right? So there will be, yes. All right, let me talk about regress. I can't pronounce the name right, but I think it's in Trinidad, and that is in CA, which is California. That is in the Southern California and in the Central California. That is the reason why the magnitudes are small. I explained to you all some weeks ago about the different magnitudes and the reason why they cannot execute both magnitudes at the same time. Sometime when they do execute at 6.6, they could have done it by, do at 3.0 and next 3.0, and then you'll get 3.1, or no, so you'll get 6.1. But when the end time they execute at 7.0,
till morning.
is a very serious warning. A 6.1 is a very serious one, and 5.1, 4.1, 3.1. Let me explain to you all. Remember, I explained to you all about the minor, the major, the mini, minor, major. Some of you may have seen a video circling social media where there was a tsunami in Brazil yesterday. Right, and they claim that it didn't happen because no earthquake caused the waves to come in. That is a lie. Remember, I told you all, Abadam does do things in advance. Everything is being done in advance. Everything must be done in advance. So while everything is being done in advance, Abadam did the earthquake in advance. And what it did, as I remember, my teacher was teaching you all about the different magnitudes. I teach you all about the different depths. As you all see, the earthquakes is always, sometimes the earthquakes must be 100 and something, sometimes it might be 700, sometimes it might be 5, sometimes, but most of the depths of the earthquakes, right? Most of the depths of the earthquakes are happening. It always 10 kilometers. Always 10 kilometers. Why it always 10 kilometers? Right? And why? And people may be wondering how I came up with this 10.1. How I come up with this 10.1. Because the 10.1 is the end result. The end result of all the other magnitudes. Or every other thing that is going to happen will fall in line with the 10.1. Right? So what I'm going to do is, I don't want to talk about the whole session. I'm going to give
Taxi, Airport Kennedy. Lauren, you better wake up. I need a jet plane to take me non-stop. I can't stay in New York City when there's sunshine and fun in my country. Lions is the place with the jamming, with Cali and Charlie's roots clashing. Everyone happy partying, and I'm freezing in Brooklyn. Darling, Lauren, don't cry, I'm leaving. I can't miss this jamming with all the steel band beating. I know my background shaking. If you don't fight your baby, then you could come and join me inside Canary Steel Band, jamming with some man woman. Take it easy.
About anything they might want to know. So while I'm on here right now, you all can like ask your question, whatever, and let me see how best I can answer them questions that they might have. It's circling. Hi, Amin. Yes, Salam to you, Sister and Sarah. Iri. Hi, Iru. Hi, Iru from Indonesia. Hey, what's up to you, brother Frank? Everything cool? Hey, what's up, Daryl from Trinidad? Hey, what's up, Cody from Cali? Zinul, yeah? Alright, so while we're waiting for other people to join in the live, alright, I just want to know if you all have any questions. Yeah, I don't want to stay too long. Most people may be getting cut off and things like that, right? Most people may be getting cut off. Yeah, this is an audio broadcast, not a way you could, see the sky and all this kind of thing. Audio broadcast where we are discussing about the different magnitudes of earthquakes, where exactly going to happen. Or remember, we were talking about Lombok. Lombok is in Indonesia, right? We are going to begin a burst of earthquakes there in Lombok. Now, for the past
tell you to give me.
Give me the thing when the doctor order me. Give me the thing.
Don't you know it's important?
Give me the thing when the doctor order me. Give me the thing.
What you want to lock down?
Give me the thing when the doctor order me. Give me the thing.
Don't you know the condition?
Give me the thing when the doctor order me. Give me the thing.
And I need your attention. Medicine down inside me mouth.
Give me the thing when the doctor order me. Give me the thing.
Girl, you know that I want it.
Give me the thing when the doctor order me. Give me the thing.
Can't you give me a little?
Give me the thing when the doctor order me. Give me the thing.
Why you hiding the medicine?
Give me the thing when the doctor order me. Give me the thing.
Or you give me the reason? Before I go to bed.
Give me the thing when the doctor order me. Give me the thing.
I don't care.
Give me the thing when the doctor order me. Give me the thing.
Want to get me better.
Give me the thing when the doctor order me. Give me the thing.
It could taste like a poison.
Give me the thing when the doctor order me. Give me the thing.
I go drink like a poison. Lombok has been very silent. Lombok and where boy? Halmahera in Indonesia have had big earthquakes. Big earthquakes happen in Halmahera. We had big earthquakes happening in Bali. In the Bali Sea, we had big earthquakes happening in Seram Sea. All those places in Indonesia, right?
We had those activities there. In Papu, I don't know how to say it in your language. I think it's Papu or Papu, Indonesia, and we also had a burst of earthquakes in Papua New Guinea. It's Papu or Papa? I think it's Papu, right? All right, so it's Papua New Guinea. All right, and they also begin some activity there in New Zealand. Well, New Zealand having like thousands of earthquakes. Why nobody reporting about that? Why USGS not reporting about the thousands of earthquakes in New Zealand? Well, I want to report to you all today, right? There have been at least 160,000 earthquakes. 160,000 earthquakes happened in New Zealand, and it just happened. Sometimes it's a 5, sometimes it's a 4, sometimes it's a 3, 2, 1, and then they go back up to 5. So the magnitude really vary. The magnitude vary based on the location, based on the soil texture. Because if the texture of the soil is not 100%, right? They will execute earthquakes, but it will remain at 3 point something. It depends on the texture of the soil. If the texture of the soil is not 100%, right? If the texture of the soil is not 100%, then they will sometime go up to like 5 point something, and then they will go back down to like 3.1 or 3.0, or they might go to 2.1, right? And I saw right now as I speak, they're doing some execution of these tectonic plates around the earth right now, right? And for the Trinidadians who listen, yes, there are earthquakes happening in Trinidad, and I'm just going to name out a few of the places in Trinidad having earthquakes right now. Arima, Tunapuna, Labre, Claxambi, Kuva, Woodland, Princess Tong, Princess Tong, Muruga, Sandy Grande. Those are the places that right now having frequent earthquakes, and the relevant authority, which is UV Shitmic, known as UV Seismic, they are not really reporting the magnitudes of earthquakes. Also, too, for people to know as well, there are earthquakes happening Carupano right now. There have been at least 100. There have been 100 earthquakes happening in Carupano from last week, from the 7th of July to now. There have been 100 earthquakes happening in Carupano. Belize, that is close to Karaku, they had at least 60 earthquakes. Last 3 days had 60 earthquakes in Belize. They're not reporting it. Colombia, well, you all know Colombia, USGS and them reporting, because those are places where the elites and them set up their bases and all that kind of thing. All these other places like Belize, Karaku, they don't care about these places. Panama, well, yeah, Panama is part of the elites basing ground. All right, Panama, Costa Rica border. Again, Guatemala, all them different places as part of the elite. So that's why you will see it on the earthquake records. You will see it on the earthquake records whenever earthquake happens, whenever they execute a tectonic plate shifting. Well, the shifting had to do with the sword and everything, so I explained that already to you all. And I explained to you all that the sword itself have different measurements, all right? And it really have up to 10.1. It don't have up to 13. It don't have to 14. Because you never hear me say, you never heard me ever say there will be a 13.1 or nothing like that. No. it goes up to a 10.1. Why? Why it goes up to a 10.1? It goes up to a 10.1 because of the depth of the earth, one, and because of the thickness of the earth. So according to the thickness of the earth and wherever them saturates, because right now they're working on the saturation, as you all know too as well, there will be earthquakes happening, yeah, but there will be fireballs to spotted in different places, because you all know, you all seen it. I mean, people actually seeing all this happening, and people still keeping a blind eye of all the things that are happening, right? People keep have a blind eye of all the things that are happening. I'm going to talk about now, right? So depending on the depth, this has a lot to do with the depth. That's why people felt the earthquake, the 8.5 magnitude earthquake that happened in Trinidad last year. They downgraded. Yui Shitmik downgraded the earthquake to 6.5 when it was at 8.5. Right? It's the same shit they're doing. The same shit USGS doing. Right? It's the same shit they're doing. But people are seeing that. I exposing the atrocity, the agenda of why they're doing that, and people not listening. But this is just a fraction of the deception. It's according to how deep you are willing to go in the rabbit hole, according to how deep you're really willing to go to learn, to understand the ways of the kingdom, the ways of how our Father does things. If you understand the magnitude of how he does things, then you will understand the magnitude of his mercy. You will understand how much his mercy was really so important. You will understand how much sacrifice he had to bear, how much sufferings he had to take, how much mockery he had to go through in order to reach this far. Because we could have ended a long time, but his mercy is still showing. He's still showing that mercy, you know. That mercy is still being shown. Because as I said already, if Abba execute a if Abba execute 5.0, right? He execute 5.0. 5.0.
Shouts of joy and victory resound in the tents of the righteous of Hashem Mishpatai, Hina Oive, Melech Israel, Adonai, Vekirveh, Haftirai, Livroni, Ma'afir, Ha'im, Israel, Vibrati, Hole, Yerushalayim. For the Lord your God in the midst of you, mighty is his name. Rejoicing over you with songs of gladness, singing joyfully, he will save us. Rejoice, rejoice, daughter of Zion, shout aloud, Israel. Rejoice with all your heart, O Jerusalem. Rejoice, rejoice, daughter of Zion, shout aloud, Israel. Rejoice with all your heart, O Jerusalem. Roni, Roni, Hatio, Hadim, Israel. Vivapsi, Hole, Mat Yerushalayim, Mat Yerushalayim, Mat Yerushalayim, O
I believe that in the heart of God, there is Jerusalem, Jerusalem, I long to gather you as a hen gathers her chicks, but you are not willing. You will not see me again, Jerusalem, until you say to me, Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. And tonight we stand in the gap in this city proclaiming to him, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord.
Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. Blessed is he who comes. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai, who comes in the name of the Lord. Now arise, O Lord,
You will give us what?
to your rest.
Not 10? Not 10.1 because you're counting the 2 zeros. And when you count the 2 zeros, what you get? You count the 2 zeros, it doesn't get 2, you get 1. This is how the level of understanding of humanity is faded away. That they don't understand the structure of righteousness or the foundation of righteousness. They don't understand the way how Yahuwah does things. That's the reason why they're so way back in understanding certain things. Right? So these are the places: Arima, Tunapuna, Woodland, Claxon Bay, Labres, Sandy Grande, Moruga, Princestown. One last place, St. James in Port of Spain, St. James, Sagaramas, Maturin, Aripa is a little piece of island. It's called Santa P Island. Santa P Island is not far from Aripa. I don't know if I'm saying the name right, but there are earthquakes happening there right now, and the magnitude is always under 3.5. But it's not really 3.5, it's 4.0, 4.5 happening there, but UB Seismic not reporting it. They're not reporting it because it's a prevalent agenda that it will prove that I am right in my drawings. It will prove that my drawing is 1,000,000% accurate, and they really shit. So that's the reason why they're not reporting the earthquakes happening in Trinidad at all. And just like what they're doing in California, they're not reporting some of the earthquakes happening at all, right? So right now as we speak, USG is saying 6,000 earthquakes happen. Their number right now is 6,000 70,000 earthquakes happen in California, when we know for a fact by now at around this hour it's at least 77. How much by? 77,000 earthquakes, because it was so much. It was 70,000 this last night. It was 70,000. I know earthquakes happen all during the night and up till now, and by let me say a little later on they go reach 76 or so. So it's like 77,000 earthquakes. We just talking in advance. Now we reach 77,000 earthquake, then a big earthquake will happen. A big one will happen. When we reach 77, a big earthquake will happen in order to trigger our next event. This is how they do things. That is why on the 4th of July, they decided to just, execute. They decided to just execute. They decided to do, you know what? Let me just execute. Let me just execute it one time, because, and the next thing too I want to talk about, they are placing the drawings of the tectonic plate, right? The drawings of the tectonic plate varies, and the drawing of the tectonic plate doesn't map out the whole friggin' island, right? So a lot of people saying, most people who know science and them kind of bullshit, saying how, well, that's how the tectonic plate is. That's not how the tectonic plate is. The tectonic plate is rectangular, triangle. It's at different sizes or different shapes. The tectonic plates are different shapes depending on the foundation of the land. So depending on the foundation of the land, depending on where the main epicenters are, that is where the shape of the tectonic plates are completely different. So when people talk about, well, You know, the tectonic plate is like this and the tectonic plate is like that. No, guys. The tectonic plates have different shapes, different sizes, execute different things. So let me say they decided to execute an earthquake on a rectangular shape. What do you think will happen? You know how a rectangle does look, right? All right. So a rectangle now, right? A rectangle have how much size a rectangle have, and how much size does a square have, right? So we doing the calculation, and the calculations we're doing depending on how the tectonic plate is. So let me say the tectonic plate is rectangular, then we have to multiply the places nearby. Let me say it happened in Southern California, and let me say right where Southern California is, there's a triangle tectonic plate. You have to calculate the distance from the epicenter to, let me say, 4 square, about 4 kilometers or 110 kilometers, or you know what I mean now, right? I wasn't really good in maths because or geography and science and all that kind of shit, because I never like it, right? But I'm just speaking from the spiritual perspective, and speaking from the ancient perspective, to give you all an idea of what I really explaining to you all. Because I said already, in order to walk, you had to creep, right? You can't creep before you walk. You have to creep first, because when you come out of the womb, you had to learn certain things. You might have to learn certain things on your own, because when you come out of the womb, you have to learn how to your mom does roll in your bottle and breastfeeding you, and then after that they give you the bottle. I went through all that already, all that breastfeeding. All of us went through all that when we came here. So I'm not supposed to go through this whole thing again by explaining to people, right? Or breastfeed them again, or give them milk and give them milk and milk and milk. The milk will hurt your belly. He's a big man, he's a big woman. I mean, he's a big person in your sense. You're not a little 7-year-old, you're not 13 years. He's a big man, he's a big woman. You should have some understanding, right? I'm not saying this to insult anybody or anything like this. I'm just speaking from a really straightforward point of view, and I want people to understand, right, that what they specifically teaching people is shit, rubbish, bullshit. You all know that, I know that, USCS know that. You shit make BMKG in Indonesia, even Folovix, I think his name is Folovix or Polovix, the Institute of Volcano Technology in the Philippines. They know that, right? So they all know the agenda. I ain't talking about the little minions and them running around and talking about, hey, Polovix right, or USCS right, USCS say this, and USCS says that it's an aftershock, right? So because USCS says an aftershock, everybody take it and run with it. Run. They just take up any shit that USCS say and they just run with it, right? That is the attitude and mentality of human beings, right? They do not like to support righteousness. They don't love righteousness because they don't know righteousness. Although they are introduced to righteousness, they reject it and they accept unrighteousness. This is the world that we live in. This is the truth. This is the foundation, right? This is the foundation that I teach you. I don't teach you all the foundation of unrighteousness, the foundation of ungodliness. I teach you all the truth, right? Alright guys, so we're coming to the end of today's live broadcast. I said I was going for how much? I said I was going for half an hour. We crossed the half an hour boundary. And I'd just like to know if there's anything else that you all want me to maybe discuss, or anything else, because I'm going to close off now, because I'm not going an hour, 2-3 hours. I'm not wasting that time anymore. Alright? Not going to waste that time anymore to teach people things that they will not understand, or things that they do understand. Yeah, they do understand it, but they just want their own way of understanding. That's the reason why a lot of people come along and mislead them.
Full of gratitude
right?
for the faithfulness of the Lord. Prepare the way.
make straight the path for him. Let the King of glory enter in. Let the King of glory enter in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty to save. The earth is full of his glory. Creation come, prepare the way. His love endureth forever. His power this morning, Lord. Harmonies out to him.
harmonies out to him.
And every tribe and tongue will join the song of the angels and the 24 elders, singing, Holy is the Lord.
Can you hear the sound of heaven, like the sound of many waters? It's the sound of worship coming from the throne. There are cries of adoration as men from every nation lift their voice to make His glory known, singing, Holy, holy, holy are you, Lord. Holy, holy, holy are you, Lord. The elders and angels bow, the redeemed worship you now. Holy, holy, holy are you, Lord. Sing with me. Holy, holy, holy are you, Lord. Holy, holy, holy are you, Lord. The elders and angels bow,
Lamb of God, by your precious Spirit, you've come to destroy oppression and depression. It comes against the mind of the believer. You've come to bring joy where there's been sorrow. You've come in your peace and in your love and in your acceptance. And you're here, Lord Jesus. You're here. Destroy oppression and depression. It comes against the mind of the believer. You've come to bring joy where there's been sorrow. You've come in your peace and your love and in your acceptance.